Well, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. So wonderful to be here with you. We're live from Peoria, Arizona, Padres Fantasy Camp. Looking forward to this week. I just noticed the camera angle on me is a side shot, and that's not going to last long at all.
Come on,
I know I did, but Paulie, I did not think about
your good side.
Bro, the side shot gullet gobbler for the just dangling down for 5 days. I don't know what to do now. But now I'm very self-conscious about all of it. Maybe I'll just sit with, like the thinker, with my fist under my throat. Great to be here with you guys, man. Very excited. We got a lot to get to today as far as, things that happened and everything else. But let me introduce the show right quickly. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl is our executive producer. And Nervous Purvis himself, Benjamin R. Higgins, the chairman, as it were, as well, joins us. You just got very nervous.
I wasn't nervous. The show was about to start, and you and Heath Bell were carrying on this ongoing conversation. Yes. I just wanted to make sure everyone was ready for the start of the program.
He goes, we had about 10 seconds till we were jumping out there. Ben goes, stand by, which he's never done before.
Right, ever. Not one time.
He's never in 8 years said, okay, stand by. It was a polite way of saying, hey, man, beat it. We have a show to do.
Get out of here.
Get your ass out of here. Stand by.
Was I that obvious?
Well, the best part is he's the only other person in this building.
Yes.
So he can definitely hear us from around the
It
corner.
was less for Heath. It was more for you, actually.
I know when the show
I wasn't
starts.
sure if you were kind of absorbed in your conversation, and we're going to be ready to start the program on time.
Stand by, everybody.
Stand by.
Ben, stand by. I mean, it was priceless. Now, that's not the only issue of you being nervous so far here out at camp. We got in yesterday, and it's a good drive. We got pummeled by some rain. I think Adam actually has some audio.
It sounded like a war zone. It was insane.
I've never gone. Yeah. I might curse, so be careful.
I beeped it.
Paulie beeped it. Oh my God!
Machine gun fire.
The hardest rain I've ever seen. It was. I've never seen anything like that before, and it just came out of nowhere.
It was like 60 seconds.
And it was pooling on the freeway.
The 85 from Gila Bend up to the 10. It was like a 30-second, 60-second stretch of just the most insane torrential downpour I've ever seen.
And I did a mini panic because I didn't want to die yesterday. And I slowed down, I'd say to about 35 because I could not see 1 foot in front of me. Old ladies are passing me on the left side, and I'm like,
with their hazards on.
I'm like, I don't care, Paulie. I do not care. And I got my sweet angel, Paulie. I got to deliver him in one piece. I got a family. Like I was not about to be this guy in the rain. All you sissies can't drive in the rain. Watch this going 100. I couldn't see, so I slowed down. I exercised caution. But then we get to the Airbnb. We got all dialed in. Ben arrives right after we get there. And then about an hour or so later, Major Garrett and his producer, Arden, join us as well. And I go upstairs. We take a shower. We're going to go to dinner last night. And I wanted to take this moment on the program to apologize to my co-host, Benjamin Higgins, because I feel that I embarrassed him last night. There was a look that you gave me. I don't know the most delicate way to put this, but I feel bad, like that I'm maybe not enough for you. I don't know. Paulie.
We've been friends and worked intimately together for like 8 years now.
Yes.
You in particular, Woods, you have this zest for life.
Yeah.
This flair, this passion. It beams from you.
Thank you, Paulie.
And I had to, for the first time in my life since I've known you, I had to watch that zest for life just get sucked out of your soul.
It was like
your face went pale.
Yeah. Do you know what we're referring to?
I have no idea.
Remember that hemorrhoid commercial where they light that match and then they take that Tux medicated pad and
snuff it out? Yeah.
So we were all milling about the kitchen and we're about to go to dinner. And I said, oh, Major, you are going to love this restaurant. It is so nice. It's so good.
Do you know now?
Yes.
Now he knows.
Ben's face, he he panicked. I think he's panicked around Major Garrett, and he goes, "No, it's not. It's nice for out here," is what he said. And I went, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what a nice restaurant is." Now, we've been there before. It's delicious.
It's a good restaurant.
It's nice.
And we had a nice meal. Guys, a Washington insider who probably dines at a lot of the top Washington restaurants. I didn't want
he's not in Washington.
An Italian restaurant in Glendale, Arizona. I didn't want expectations to be through the roof.
So I said to him, I said, "You're really going to like this place. It's really good. It's nice." And Ben goes, it's nice for
okay.
It's okay. It's nice for out here.
Put it this way.
And I thought, he's looking at me like I'm sitting on a front porch with a jug with 3 X's on it and a piece of straw hanging from my mouth, like I'm some hick.
Oh, I just didn't want Major to look at us like we
hicks.
were uncultured, West Coast, have no idea what
You would have thought
East Coast elites do.
You would have thought we promised Major and Arden like a delicious prime rib dinner, and we took him to Arden's. Like that, the look of disgust.
Fair. It's fair.
Am I accurate?
You're accurate. I just didn't want expectations. People generally are happier when you set expectations a little lower and exceed them, as opposed to setting expectations really high and then it was good, but I don't know. Was he kind of oversold this place? I didn't want him to go in thinking that it was going to be the greatest meal of his life, and then, but he did actually. He had some lasagna.
Yeah, because it was
really
good.
Because
it's a good restaurant. Nice place. Good Lord. Not everything.
You know what I like when somebody invites me to dinner? They say, "Hey, don't set expectations too high."
This place kind of sucks.
I do. That's what I do.
This place kind of sucks, but maybe you'll like it.
You probably won't get sick. It's fine.
I go, yeah, Paulie saw the color drain from my face, and I went, well, shoot. And then when we got to the restaurant, we sat down. We had a great table. I mean, it's a great table for out here.
For Glendale.
Right, for Glendale. It's a great table.
It's not D.C. or anything.
Right, it's not a table in D.C. But we sat down. We had some wine, good wine for out here. And then I ordered the meatball Ferris wheel. And Ben would have again thought that I was back on the front porch, this time playing the spoons on my knee with my cousin that I've had sex with sitting on my lap when I said, we have to get the meatball wheel. And he goes, "There's other appetizers. You don't have to get the meatball wheel." And I go, "All right."
It's a very gimmicky item. It's gimmicky.
A wheel of meatballs.
I just wanted to make sure that other people didn't have different thoughts as to what they might want to have for an appetizer. You were very forceful about your insistence on the Ferris wheel of meatballs.
But I also said, let's get the meatball wheel and then get whatever else you want.
Sure.
Right? It wasn't, we didn't say we're doing one app and one app only, and it's going to be the meatball wheel. You've turned into like Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Like, not every restaurant's going to be Dorsia that you need to have a reservation to get in. And so he made me feel like I thought that like Chili's was fine dining. And I can assure you, sir, I have been to some of the finest restaurants in Dallas, Texas. Okay. And I'm very cultured. Very. You just don't know it yet. So,
but are you?
I'm sorry. Now your buddy's coming out. Your buddy's coming out today.
I'm actually more worried that I don't know what good culture is, because Washington D.C., New York City, it's a little different than out here.
So I think you should just be happy in what you do know. Also, again, I hope I didn't embarrass you too badly in front of Major Garrett.
Not too badly,
but a little bit.
Yeah, I do idolize him a little bit, I must say.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. He was nervous. He missed 2 turns on the way home.
Well, I got there so easily in the light, but then it was dark on the way home, and I didn't think I needed any help getting back, and I twice missed turns. That was a little embarrassing.
Well, I love you, and I'm sorry that I'm sorry that you had to work with some hick from Texas, man. Hopefully Major and his producer recovered from the piss poor meal that we had last night.
They enjoyed their meal. They enjoyed the conversation, the stories. We kind of set the stage for the start of Fantasy Camp, which is going to happen later this morning. If you're joining us, if you haven't been with us for Fantasy Camp before, This is really incredible. We are set up right outside the Padres Major League clubhouse where the players will be next month for spring training. And I love this seat in particular where I am sitting because as I look up the open doors to the clubhouse, a couple of years ago, they put up the sign and I get to look at it the entire week we're here. And it's a picture of Peter Seidler with his quote that says, 1 year soon, the baseball gods will smile on the San Diego Padres and we will have a parade.
Yeah.
And I love that they put that up there and always just seems to set a good tone every year when we're out here.
Yeah, no question. I was just in the bathroom and I saw the urine chart, which is also something I like to look at when I'm out here. You do have to monitor your urine while you're here at fantasy camp because it is very dry. It's very cold in Arizona right now, about 39 degrees this morning, which bit of a shock. You know, it's cold for out here. It's cold for out here. It was freezing this
you had
morning.
said to Major Garrett, it's cold. It's cold for out here.
DC,
DC,
now,
it's not cold
DC,
for
it's
there.
real cold.
It's not. It's cold for out here.
I just wonder in my life, Paulie, maybe you can help answer this question. Will I ever be enough, Paul?
No.
Am I ever going to be enough?
Hey,
you know,
for me,
yeah.
Of
Am
course.
I enough for you?
you are.
Thank you, man.
I think for a lot of
appreciate
people, you are. But
it. Maybe I'm
think
too
for,
much.
I think for some, you're the guy from Deliverance.
Betty, I just want to make you happy. I just live to make you happy. We did put out a little video last night. Got a lot of traction on social media. Very, very funny video of Ben in the. There's just I walked in yesterday, checked into our room, and I looked in the corner and I go, "Why is that chair there?" It's very weird place. Very weird placement for a chair that just faces the bed. It's what it is, and it's a recliner. So in my mind's
It's
eye,
like the comfiest chair in the house.
So
It's a nice,
it
nice
is.
seat right
It's a
there,
great chair.
just facing your bed.
I sat in it too, but I walked in and I go, "What? Why is it?"
We got in and we did a house tour. We're like, you have a literal.
It's a literal cup chair in my room, and all I could picture was, I don't know, the guy that owns it, or I don't know, everybody that rents it out is like, "All right, I got the cuck room," and guys just like, "Okay, whenever you guys are ready," and it's dead facing my bed. I mean, it's like, so I woke up this morning, I looked over, I was like, but no, Ben did actually. He slept on the couch last night, and I did feel terrible for you because the couch, in my estimation, no, this isn't Woods hyperbole. I'm not blowing this out of proportion. It's about 3 feet wide, right? It's
narrow, but
narrow.
it was long enough for me.
It definitely was long enough.
Which is even beds sometimes aren't long enough.
Yeah.
And my feet stick over the side. So I was actually happy that I, could fit my entire body the length of the couch. And it was pretty comfortable.
I walked down this morning and he was on his side, and there was no room to spare on the couch.
I never fell off once.
And did you sleep okay?
I did, yeah.
Did the allure of not spending money make a poor night's sleep even out?
Yes, like not spending an extra night at just a hotel for a few hours.
Yeah.
No, because we've got our own place that we're going to check into today. So just figured I could couch crash for one night, and it was absolutely fine.
Now, Adam Klug is our boss, and he is on the board today. Good morning, Adam.
What's up, guys?
How are you, buddy?
I'm excellent.
Now, you would have 1,000% done the same as Ben last night and slept on the couch, yes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of drawers in my room that are big enough, I think, to fit you. They're actually a good-sized drawer.
Big dresser.
But yeah, I thought, and Adam, you could have splayed out on this thing because Ben is much bigger than you are. And you actually would have been very comfortable. But for Ben's a big boy. And him laying on the couch this morning broke my heart a little bit. But I know you'll be in the lap of luxury. You and your friend, your buddy Scott's coming to town. Now, you don't want me and Scott hanging out because if I embarrassed you in front of Major, I would really embarrass you in front of him.
Quite true.
He is highfalutin. Is he not?
He is. Oh, yeah.
Where are you guys flying to dinner tonight? What are you guys going to eat tonight in this, area that we're in?
I think he did text me when last week when we were planning the trip. He was looking around the area and he goes, "Oh, so I should get ready for a week of Chili's and Applebee's." Apparently,
I mean, they're
he said it with derision.
No,
too.
100%.
Peoria, Arizona,
the
chain
options,
capital
the
of the world.
options in Peoria, Arizona, are somewhat limited.
I'm going to need a full report of every meal that you two eat and where. Okay, just so that we have it on the record. But well, I'm excited for you too because you get to play some golf today. Nice course, nice for out here. You'll be playing some golf this afternoon.
Yep, Friday afternoon golf. That's a nice way to wrap up a week after a little travel. I can't believe it's already Friday. Our first week of the year is wrapping up. It's went fairly quickly.
It has.
My drive over was pretty smooth. I did not get the rain that you got. I saw the puddles left over from your rain, but the drive was smooth. What I didn't realize, and I don't think you guys realized either, is that right as we were all arriving through Glendale, Arizona, about 15, 20, 30 minutes before the college football playoff semifinals started at the Fiesta Bowl at State Farm Stadium. So
literally a mile away from our house.
We hit all the traffic of everyone from Miami, everyone from Ole Miss, and everyone from Phoenix trying to get to the stadium for the game last night, which turned out to be a pretty incredible matchup between the Hurricanes and the Rebels. It was
really one of the better football games you're going to watch, and again, congrats to the Miami Hurricanes. You have to tip your cap to them. They are a really, really ferocious team. And, listen, I think luck played a little part in Ole Miss keeping it close, and I think luck played a little part in Miami winning the game. I think, the referees decided there at the end is like, you know what? No, we're not getting enough attention tonight. So let's make sure we're in on every single play, which is always kind of a bummer to watch in a big game like that. But, again, it does not take away from the football team that Miami is. It just doesn't. They are that good. They're that nasty. It pains me to say this as a longtime, person that's not a fan of Miami.
And we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but now they get to play the national championship game at their home field, which is the first time that's ever happened. But Hard Rock Stadium is the host, was always going to be the host, and Miami kind of lucks out because, Indiana's very good, but even if they win and beat Oregon tonight, you've got to feel like that home field advantage is going to give at least Miami maybe makes up the difference between the two teams or whatever. But I see it being a pretty even toss-up sort of matchup if that's what it ends up being. I do think Indiana's going to win tonight. Oregon, I'm sure will give them a better game than they saw against Alabama, but ultimately Indiana's been the best team all year. I think they're going to make the championship, and I think it's going to be a close one a week from Monday in Miami.
I do too, and I can't wait for it, and I can't wait for tonight's game as well. Wanted to update the Tier 1s as well on something we've been talking about all week. I got a text last night from the Little Leaguers, Encinitas Little League.
Oh, yes.
The board?
The board.
The decision
They made their decision, guys. And it said, I can call you Monday if you want your official congratulations on the air. But we would love to have you manage a minor B team. It's going to be fun to have you on board. So, made it. And now the hard
time
work
to start putting together your coaching staff. Starts getting ready for the draft.
Yes.
You've got a lot of preparation to do.
Yeah, this is, for a coach, this is what you live for, plotting and preparing and getting ready to develop these, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. But yes, got the gig. Very excited about that, and look forward to a really productive season. And we also want to bring a championship home to San Diego. I don't even know if they play for a championship. We do keep score. I found out, which is a good positive twist from the baseball I've been playing with my kids.
Will you be actively trying to recruit Tim Flannery this week to join your coaching staff?
Well, so here's
third base coach Tim Flannery has a nice ring to it in minor B.
Here's the interesting thing. Flan's grandson, who I have coached before, I didn't see his name I don't know that he's making the jump up to minor B. He may still be in machine, but I watched him play last year and he was fantastic on machine. I think personally he's ready for the jump, but if he's not, then that's okay. When I can get him, I know that Tim will come out and help and work with the infielders, and there's just no better human on the planet. Flan's on his way out here. I would have Flan on for an entire show. He probably would too. You're just going to get all the good stories this week, and just so excited for you guys to hear it, and excited to see everyone. We've already seen Heath Bell. There's Heater. Hi, Heater. There he is.
There he is.
Earliest bird of all the birds, man.
Love being on the show, damn it.
Let's go. Yeah, I love it, man. You'll be on. You'll be on, buddy. So, yeah, that's Heath Bell right there, already here getting ready.
All right, we have, it's kind of be a fly by the seat of our pants sort of day. I'd imagine we will have some guests, although the first.
We may have a real nice surprise for the tier ones out there. If this
we got
guy's
covered last night's game, right?
If this guy's up and awake, said he may come by. We'll be watching the door, but you'll be very happy, tier one.
Technically, the doors for Fantasy Camp don't open until about 9 o'clock this morning. But as we said, Heath Bell's already here. We'll have some guests. We'll set the menu for what else is going up on the program, including some Padres news yesterday involving their arbitration-eligible players. We'll get you caught up on A.J. Preller's off-season activity and more. It is all coming up on the Friday edition of Ben and Woods, live from Padres Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona. Don't go away. Get our first check of traffic with Kelly Danick, and then off and running on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort. Now open.
And we're live in
And
3,
we're
2,
live.
1.
Hey!
Welcome back. That is how that's done in TV.
No, we're not on TV.
If there's like some noise going on in the studio, the director will come on and go, "Stand by," and everyone has to get quiet.
Everyone shuts up.
That's why I did that at the start of the show, to quiet you down in your conversation with Heath Bell. Welcome back.
I am.
Heater was wearing a very inappropriate T-shirt, and I think that's what made Ben uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It had a super soaker on it.
It sure did.
The water gun, yeah,
A water gun.
A water gun.
with an I heart above it.
I heart.
Water guns. He likes water guns.
He likes water guns.
It's,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
enjoys water guns, apparently. Welcome back. We are live at Padres Fantasy Camp, and there was some Padres news yesterday, so let's get right to it. Good news, I would say, as once again, A.J. Preller will not be going to arbitration with any of his players. Came close last year with Michael King before eventually getting a deal done. By the way, Michael King, of course, returning to be with the Padres on a free agent contract this season. And I do think, Woods, how teams treat their players in arbitration can carryover effect to when you're trying to sign them to free agent contracts. There are teams that don't operate the way the Padres do. I was looking at the Detroit Tigers, and they're known as a file and trial team. Like, if you don't agree before the deadline yesterday and they exchange numbers, then there's no more discussion. We're just going to the straight arbitration hearing, which means Tarek Skubal, who asked for $32 million and was countered with $19 million by the Detroit Tigers. They're angling for a very contentious and potentially controversial arbitration hearing. If it does get to that point, maybe he even gets traded before that, so they don't have to even deal with it. But I would say just like that giant gap between the two sides increases the likelihood that Tarek Skubal gets traded between now and the start of spring training. But the Padres don't operate that way.
No, they don't. And you wonder with the Tarek Skubal situation too. And I don't know enough, Benny, about the ins and outs of the business of baseball. Probably would behoove me to talk to, a player that's been through it or an agent that's had to, answer those calls. But with Tarek Skubal, you do wonder, like, I think in their heart of hearts know we're not going to pay you $500 million to pitch for us for the next 10 years. We're not going to do it.
So we don't need to.
Have
a good relationship with you beyond this season. Let's see if we can save $13 million by lowballing you on arbitration.
You're under contract for a year. We will get to a salary, or an arbitrator will get to a salary that, everyone's going to have to be okay with. And I wonder if it's going to be somewhere in between 19 and 32, Ben, because I don't think he's going to get 32. But I don't think an arbitrator is going to give him 19 either.
Well, no, they only have the choice of 19 or 32. That's it.
Oh, so there's no meat in the middle.
There's no meat in the middle.
They could have met in the middle before.
And they still could now, but the Tigers say, well, we're not going to talk anymore. So it has to be one or the other. The arbitrator does not have the option of going in between.
So now they know.
It's one or the other. I think Tarek Skubal is going to win because he is, as a final arbitration eligible player, he's allowed to bring up, I've won 2 Cy Young. He's allowed to compare himself now to other Cy Young Award winners. And I just don't think 19 is going to be enough. I think the Tigers are going to end up losing.
Dylan Cease just got 30 a year.
Yeah, now that's free agency, so that makes a difference. Sure. But none of them are as good as Tarek Skubal. So I think the Tigers may have gone too low, but that's their problem. The Padres, meanwhile, so they agreed with all 6 of their remaining arbitration eligible players. And MLB Trade Rumors and Fangraphs, they did projections, like they estimated what each guy was going to get early in the offseason. I thought it was notable that every single one, other than Jason Adam, is going to get more than the projection. That A.J. Preller went higher than that number for every single one. And Adam, of course, got close to the projected $6.8 million. He got $6.675. He's also injured going into the season. That may have had something to do with it. But Gavin Sheets going to get $4.5 million. That's $200,000 over his projection of $4.3. Mason Miller is going to get $4 million. That's $600,000 over the projection of $3.4. Adrian Morejon is going to get $3.9 million. That's $300,000 over the projection of $3.6. Freddie Fermin is going to get $2.1 million. That's $300,000 over the projection of $1.8. I did not see reporting on the numbers for JP Sears. He was projected at $3.5 million, but they did agree on the one-year deal with Sears as well. So no arbitration numbers exchanged, no hearings for the San Diego Padres once again, and A.J. Preller has never gone to an arbitration hearing as GM of the Padres.
That is the feather in his cap, to be sure. And again, I'm sure the players appreciate that. From what I understand, it's not the world's greatest process. There will be a player here this week that has been through arbitration that we can ask, hey, tell us about how that went down. Yeah. What did they say? They apparently bring up every single thing that you've ever done wrong in there to just try to lower the price. I look forward to our negotiations with Michael and Adam this year as well. But yeah, it's not, doesn't feel like a really cool idea to have to go sit in that room in front of an arbitrator. So not very great, but kudos to A.J. Preller. The last time the Padres participated in an arbitration hearing was in 2014 with Andrew Kashner.
Wow.
Pretty nuts, man. So 12 years, no ARB for A.J. Preller.
I think the ones that are most interesting, Adrian Morejon, of course, is in his final year and will be a free agent at the end of 2026, giving him a little bit extra. It's a good table setter if you're going to try to sign him to a contract extension before he hits free agency. hey, that's a smart way to go. Like, okay, we're not going to lowball you on your arbitration number, and now let's have a good, honest discussion about what a long-term deal could look like.
Yeah.
I think we'd all love the Padres to be able to keep Adrian Morejon. We'd all love them to be able to keep Jason Adam. I don't know that both of those guys who are going to be free agents at the end of this year, they're going to probably have to make a decision. Do you see them both coming back in 2027? I'm not sure. That's a lot to spend on 2 relief pitchers in free agency.
Yeah.
When you've got other
guys coming
parts
up.
of the roster that you probably will need to address. So
Well,
I'd say at the most they're going to be able to sign one of those 2 guys.
I didn't tell you about the mistake I made yesterday, by the way. My blind ass. Sitting in this chair, Paulie was getting all the equipment set up and the internet connected. And Mark Feinsand had tweeted, and I didn't have my glasses on.
Oh, my God.
And so I looked, and the first thing I saw was this tweet about Adrian Morejon. And I go, oh, my God, they extended Morejon 3 for $39.
Oh, no, that's not what it said.
Nope.
No.
It's just an ARB deal for 3.9.
We were with a couple of people who would have been in the know on that probably, and they were like, wait, really? What?
Yeah.
And we're like, never mind. Just kidding.
Make sure not only do you have to research who tweets stuff out, you also have to research the tweet that you misread.
We should get you a pair of readers.
I
so
have
you can
several
see that.
pair of readers, but yeah, I totally soiled the bet on that yesterday. But it did give me that little boost of excitement.
So presumably AJ Preller has been. People think about the offseason and go, why isn't AJ Preller doing anything? Why is it so quiet? You realize that 6 arbitration-eligible players require likely hours of conversations with each of their agents to dial this in. So my guess is he's been working on these things for the last couple of weeks. Not that he can't pursue a free agent or a trade at the same time. He can, but there's been work going on in the offseason. You want to make sure that this is taken care of before, anything gets out of hand or you have to go to an arbitration hearing. So this is a normal part of the offseason. And since there hasn't been a lot of other moves by other teams right now.
Yeah, you don't feel like everyone is sprinting, and you're just kind of ambling down the path.
Right. If you were not doing anything and every other team was making signings left and right and players were coming off the board, you'd go, oh, the Padres are falling a little bit behind.
Yeah.
But when no one is doing anything, you're fine. You're just biding your time and you're being patient.
What'd you call it? Backboarding?
Backboarding. Sticking around the backboard to try to make sure you're ready for a rebound.
Cherry picking.
If a guy doesn't get the contract he's looking for, then you can swoop in, offer something nice, but not, over the top. And you get guys. That usually happens, of course, a little closer to spring training because a guy who's looking for a certain number is not going to give up right now. It's January 9th.
Right.
They're not going to go, oh, guess I'm not going to get that deal. They're going to continue to think, okay, some team's going to want to offer me what I've been asking. But when you get close to spring training, they start thinking, these offers are not materializing. Let's lower our number. Let's go back and
to the table.
See if some other teams are interested if we come back at a lower number. So you do have to have some patience in the offseason as well. You can't just spend like a drunken sailor every single offseason, and that's not a long-term effective strategy usually.
I wish it was.
Yeah.
Because I really love how a drunken sailor spends.
We had a couple of those off seasons.
We did.
They were great.
They
were fun.
Yep.
But those are rare, not just for the Padres, but for every team.
Yeah.
There really isn't a team, not even the Dodgers, every offseason spend like drunken sailors. There are years where you can kind of do it. This is the Toronto Blue Jays year to kind of try to spend a little bit like drunken sailors. But very few teams consistently do that. The Padres had their window. Now they're back with everybody else. Like, they're still signing players, but they're going to be smart about it. They're going to be strategic about it and, try to, wait out the market a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But, yeah, as you mentioned, baseball right now, pretty quiet. Not even a lot of rumors. The rumor mill, when it gets cracking, that's enough to kind of sustain people and you let yourself kind of dream on things. But even that right now is it's just very, very quiet. I mean, the Boston Red Sox, by the way, I saw this tweet sent out yesterday. The only team so far in Major League Baseball to not offer anybody a free agent contract yet. The only team in baseball, meaning the Reds have, the Pirates have, the Rockies have, everybody but John Henry and the Boston Red Sox. Just sitting on his piles of Liverpool money. He's like, I'm good. We're good. We're going to wait. And maybe they will. Now, they've made some savvy trades. They've improved their team, in my
They got
opinion.
Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
They've done things.
They've done things. But no free agents yet for Boston. Maybe that's not the avenue they want to pursue under Craig Breslow. I'm just not sure. But like the Yankees, the Mets, two big spending New York teams, just kind of chilling right now. Everyone's just kind of in that wait and see mode. So again, I think it's just a good reminder. Don't panic yet.
We're going to check traffic. On the other side, our sister station in New York, Odyssey, WFAN, had a sit-down interview with Rob Manfred yesterday in which some interesting topics were broached by the commissioner of baseball. We'll talk a little bit more about what could be coming to MLB right after Kelly's traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Pretty quiet all around the county so far this morning. We're not showing any delays coming down from the North County. East County ride checks out. That includes your trek out of Santee, westbound 52, North 805, North 5. Look good for you heading out of the South Bay. New year, new goals. Start with your car at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A fast oil change and essential maintenance checks help keep you moving into the new year. Check it off your list. Visit SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, ready when you are. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Right. When you're in the offseason, anytime a commissioner speaks, going to be news, not other, big stories going on. So this happened to make a lot of waves yesterday when Manfred appeared on WFAN with Craig Carton and Chris McMonigal. We interviewed Rob Manfred. Remember, that was our second day or third day ever of Ben and Woods when we interviewed Rob Manfred.
I'm sure I crushed it, by the way. I would die to
Pretty sure we had that.
Hear that.
We had that booked, I think, before we even knew Woods was joining the
Correct,
show.
yeah, correct.
We're like, hey, by the way, we have the commissioner of baseball.
We're
on
like,
the show on
what?
Friday?
What?
Nearly 8 years later, he's never returned. That was a one and done with the commissioner, but had a fairly long sit-down conversation. Number of different topics were broached. I thought one of the most interesting was when he revealed that MLB has at least had discussions about an in-season tournament like the NBA Cup, and also had discussions about a split schedule, which would be, you see this in the minor leagues. You saw it, remember, in 1981 when the Dodgers
I do not
won.
remember in 1981.
So when
I was 6 years old.
So that year, the Dodgers won the World Series, but the season was split by a work stoppage in the middle, and they played it as two halves. So the team that won, like if you win the division in the first half, you make the playoffs, and then the records reset to 0-0. And if you win the division in the second half, you make the playoffs. So the thinking is, Woods, a team that gets off to a slow start, that's 15 games out of first place in July, has the opportunity to wave a magic wand and at the middle of the season start over again and compete for a playoff spot in the second half of the season. It could actually
what magic beans everything just starts at zero.
Everything starts at zero. So they have it's like two separate seasons, and then at the end, the winners of both seasons advance to the postseason tournament, along with some wild cards for overall record. They could come up with however format they want to do it, but it's been done before in Major League Baseball twice, and it's been done in the minor leagues quite regularly.
How does that impact decisions like trades and things like that? So do you have two trade deadlines? You could be on
one for each split season.
One for each split season.
You could have a trade deadline in the middle of the break between the two seasons. Like, you've got to make your trades before the start of the second season. But 81 game season, 81 game
would
season.
Would that slow the? All right, Paulie, Adam's got the audio. Let's hear some of this.
From when we just saw the NBA, they begin this in-season
Emirates Cup.
Emirates Cup. Has there ever been a consideration of doing some sort of in-season baseball tournament with 162?
We talk about all of those kinds of, we talk about them as format changes.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about split seasons. We've talked about in-season in tournaments. We do understand that 162 is a long pull. I think the difficulty, to accomplish those sort of in-season events, you almost inevitably start talking about fewer regular season games. And, that is it is a much more complicated thing in our sport than it is in other sports.
Because of the records.
All of our season-long records,
changes.
You're playing around with something that people care a lot about.
No, I know. And most fans differ. For me, if you say they need to change the games, I go 163. I mean, that's me. I'm the kind of baseball fan that says that. But there definitely is. And I want to ask you about realignment.
So, I don't know. That felt like that was almost a setup question. Because
who kept banging on the mic the whole time? Just like
Craig Carton. I get you're probably a baseball purist when it comes to the 162 game schedule. You don't want a tournament. You don't want a split season.
I mean, I would love 148
well,
games.
I want
right?
but, games,
like, I want fewer games. But
does the idea of a tournament intrigue you at all? What if the winner of the tournament got a playoff spot?
No, it doesn't intrigue me. I as much as I love the WBC, and I know that there's questions about when they do it, when's the right time to do it. It's here. This is what it is at right now. So now that it's here, it's set in stone. I'm going to embrace it. But I don't think I need an in-season tournament. What would that look like? Is it a world type tournament? Is it see now what I would do. I think the biggest problem in baseball right now is the competitive imbalance between the big spenders and the small spenders. It has been for a long time.
It has been. One way you could combat that. Think about an idea of 140 game season, but then like a 24 or 22 game in season tournament or whatever that involved every team. And then the winner of that tournament at the end, or you had an American League and a National League tournament, and the winners clinch a playoff spot for the end of the year. That would give every team up. The Colorado Rockies could have a good 22 game stretch and like earn a playoff spot in that tournament.
Well,
it would be.
They could also have a good 22 game stretch and get a playoff spot.
They could have a good 22 game stretch and still lose 100 games as well. And I think that's been the main issue in baseball. So an idea of an in-season tournament that had a prize at the end of it, wouldn't that excite fan bases of teams like the Nationals and the Rockies? And like, hey, we've sucked all season, but we still have our chance in August in the in-season tournament.
So everybody's in
to get a chance to make the playoffs. Now, probably the good teams are still going to win that. But
then you run the risk of a team that got hot in whenever the tournament is July, the Nationals, as an example. They get hot. They win a place in the playoffs, and then they're terrible in the playoffs. Like
they get knocked out in the first
decimated.
round. Someone's always terrible in the playoffs anyway.
Well,
gets knocked out in the first round in the sweep.
Yeah, but they earned their way in. I guess this,
they earn it this way too.
A 3 week stretch
based on the rules.
All right, fine. I mean, listen, I just need to.
I feel like we've wasted way too much time talking about this.
I
don't think there's any chance this happens.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think if anything, I would be on board with if they could figure out a way to, if they want to do the WBC like mid-season, and do like a 3 week long All-Star break.
Yeah.
I would be fine with, like, we already have the week-long All-Star break. If you extend that by however long it needs to be.
Yeah, but what if your team is just rolling, on fire, you hit the break, and then it's like, all right, man, 6 of our guys are off to the WBC to throw max effort and play max effort.
My point is we have the WBC, like we have the tournament style of baseball already. Like, figure out a way maybe to enhance that. I don't know about split seasons and getting too crazy. That seems wild.
Yeah,
well, Manfred admitted it's unlikely to happen. The logistics, the changes that would be necessary make it but I don't mind them having discussions about all of these things. I think the openness to add things like the pitch clock and banning the shift has made baseball better. I think we all agree that. So why not keep at least having those conversations, even if they go nowhere?
Those are little tweaks.
Ryan,
are pretty big changes, Paul.
Rione Lewis in the chats is this only benefits the owners. Rockies won't spend. Then they get in the playoffs, sell more tickets for playoffs by doing nothing other than winning a tournament or whatever. But I don't know. I just
feel like Rockies fans would be pretty excited about that, though. Don't you want to excite your fans?
But Rockies fans would also be excited if their owner said, "Yeah, man, let's get some people in here. Let me spend some money." I don't know. It does feel a little bit. I didn't think about it that way.
If we're not going to do anything to the season, how about the off season? One other topic that Manfred addressed with WFAN was the potential of creating a free agency deadline.
Ooh, players did not like that.
To spark some action in the offseason. Here's what Manfred had to say about it. It's
massively anti-labor. Massively.
Is it?
Yes.
We'll see.
The proposal really was not about trying to alter the terms of deals one direction or another. I'm kind of a believer in you have a deadline, you're going to make the same deal, give or take, if you string it out. I think the reason I was interested in, I think that like from the 1st of December to the 20th, if we had a period in there when all that free agency activity went on, it's a great marketing opportunity for the game at a point in the calendar when, you're not quite in the NFL playoffs, the NBA still kind of early. And, it's a great chance to kind of own some off-season weeks, which is crucial to selling season tickets. So that's why I was in.
Do you look? I'm going to ask you a question. I know it's hard for you to answer because how can you possibly put yourself in the brains of the players and the union reps?
Yeah.
But was there a legitimate reason from them why they were opposed to it?
Yeah, I mean, what they said back. I can only tell you what they said.
Yeah.
I don't know what was in their heads, but what they said back was they thought that kind of deadline would work to the disadvantage of the players. And, I don't put much credence in this. Let's face it, on both sides of these negotiations, there's really sophisticated people who negotiate for a living all the time. You tell them whatever the hell the rules are, it's all going to turn out the same, no matter what they're, it's the money is the money. So, but that's what they said. But I do think it is something, that would help the game in terms of maintaining interest during the offseason.
Yeah, no.
So what would you think, Woods, about having like a 3-week just free agency extravaganza during the month of December?
Now, I love a December extravaganza
Yes, you do.
very, very much. I don't necessarily like it because what you're telling the owners then is if you don't sign when we say, and what you're telling the players is if you don't sign when the owners say you need to sign, we're going to give the owners even more leverage after that. So hard pass from me, probably a hard pass from 99% of the players out there would be my guess.
For content purposes, as somebody that covers the sport, I would love it.
For content purposes,
like, how does that work if like, let's say they moved it even to like January 31st, like even I would say move up the winter meetings to January because now you're closer to spring training. Hey, this is the last push. After this, no more signings. But then what happens if somebody gets hurt? How do you sign somebody?
Suggested a pause instead of this trickling in. A pause, he said, would be better than a deadline. Okay, that makes sense.
Safety net. You can't force every guy to sign if they're not ready to sign. There'd have to be some sort of safety net.
The Dodgers would find a way to manipulate all of this, and it would drive us crazy.
All right, last night's game, epic in college football. They got another one coming up tonight. We'll talk about that and more. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods from Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona, coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Woods on hour number 2. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan, live from Padres Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona. And we will get into some of the college football talk in just a second. But we thought, why not have our first guest of Fantasy Camp Week here in Arizona?
The one, the only, Savannah Banana himself, Heath Bell. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. I'm kind of bummed everybody's not here yet.
Are you?
But then I showed up at 6 a.m.
How was that experience, being with the Bananas? I mean, I was there that night, and the place was beyond packed. It's very overstimulating in the crowd. There's a lot going on. And for you, though, getting to run out again had to be pretty cool.
It was really fun. I mean, it was the third time I played for them. Well, I played for the Party Animals twice, and then I finally got to play for the Bananas. But it was really exciting. It was really fun just to be back in San Diego and to kind of do it where I feel like that's home, Petco. And it was, the grounds crew is like, please don't sit in the infield on the mound. So, but all the guys wanted me to slide. So we kind of made a compromise. Let's go to second base and do it. And I was like, all right. So that's why I did that. And it was just really fun. It was really exciting. And, it was kind of like it was too quick.
They got some good ball players, too, out there. I mean, there's some guys that are good players.
There's guys that have literally left college that were starters that want to play banana ball more. And some of their players have had opportunities to play in professional ball. People have said, hey, you want to come play? Like how guys find guys from independent ball. And they're like, no, I just love it here so much.
That's amazing.
So it's, they don't make millions, but they're making a good living with the social media trend. And then I think Jesse pays. If you're one of the main guys, he pays pretty well.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then the travel, and the thing about it, it's almost like football. Is you just play on weekends. You don't have to play the grind of every day. And,
right.
You practice a little bit. And I'll tell you, they play on like Fridays and Saturdays or Saturdays and Sundays. They find out the day before all the dances and stuff they do.
Wow.
That's unreal.
So they're not practicing all week.
He's one of the only people who actually didn't enjoy the Savannah Bananas.
Really?
Yeah, he went and pretty much complained about it the entire day afterwards.
It was overstimulating for me.
It just came too much.
It was too much.
Came too early.
It was just like my kid and my kid too. My kid wasn't as excited about it as I thought he would be.
Why?
Right? Because he goes, I wish we were at a Padres game right now. He wanted to watch the real baseball. So
I think he's just a real baseball fan, and it's baseball, but it's just like it's an entertainment baseball.
Sure.
It's different.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
and we forget though that sports is actually entertainment. We all take it so seriously, and in the big leagues, obviously, it's the highest level you can go. Kind of give us your thoughts, Heater, on how last season ended. Obviously, it's never a boring off season around here. Schulte walking away, Craig Stammen. Craig. How's this going to go?
I hope it goes really well, because then it gives me an opportunity to be a coach or a manager. Well, here's the thing. I've been saying this for years, and I don't know if AJ finally listened to me or not, because I don't think he does, is the game has changed. You need a guy that can manage bullpens, and who better than a guy that's been in the bullpen? A guy that sees, knows what the guys do, because you're not making the lineup. Other guys are making the lineup. You occasionally make a change, but there's no pitcher, so I got to make a double switch, this and that. There's a DH, so everywhere now. So it's basically managed the starting pitcher and starting the bullpen guys. How can they pitch back-to-back days? Do they need a day off? This and that, and that's how you win games now. It's all about pitching. So it's hitters. You still have to win and this and that, but really the manager, what does he do? He inspires the guys and manages the bullpen. That's all you do now.
I was just going to ask you too. We talk about this a lot on the program, is a manager's responsibility of managing the guys in the clubhouse, and not just managing the on game. It's managing the egos. It's managing the personalities. It's managing, 26 guys. Well, in the course of a season, 40 to 50 guys coming up, in, out, whatever. Managing their personalities, their playing time, where they want to hit, what they want to do. That part, to me, seems to be the challenge. How much?
It's not that hard.
Is it not?
Well, here's the thing. If you're honest with every single guy,
there it is.
That's all you got to be. I
hear that a lot.
I've managed in high school and in college. And if you're honest with the guys, and you tell them, say, look, if you want more playing time, come and tell me, come talk to me, And I'll tell you why you're not getting playing time. Like, hey, you're not
good.
You're striking out too much. And it'd be like, but here's the thing: if you know, and I tell everybody in the beginning of the season, look, if you're striking out too much or you're walking guys too much, come to me. You probably know the reason. I'll tell you exactly my thought why you're not playing, and then 2, do you want to work on that? Because if you know exactly why the coach is not playing you, let's go work on that. Let's make that better. And then I know how hard you've been working. And then when you get that opportunity, trust me, you'll never give it up.
Yeah.
And guys respect that. But I think in the big leagues, managers are more worried about their jobs and talking to the front office than talking to the players. And I think the best managers out there, they say players managers because they talk to their players.
Sure.
They're honest. They'll say like, hey, Manny, I know you want to play every day, but you're not going to play every day. I mean, let's just be honest. And you're getting up there in age. So are we going to have 3 days off this year? Or 4 days, or where you want 1 day. So let's figure out that day off where you can have multiple days. Let's try to figure out that so you're really strong for the end because you're gonna one of our guys. We're gonna need you and Tatis and all that. And you tell these guys, and they'll kind of be like, "Oh, yeah, I want to play all the time," but no, okay, I get it. It's team sport, this and that. And there you go. And you're honest with them, but you can't go, "Hey, Coneworth, Jake, we're gonna put you at second base." And we're going to bat you 6. And then he shows up the next day and he's batting second or he's playing first. And it's like, if you went to him and say, hey, look, I know I said this, but I'm going to switch you this because this is the situation, blah, blah. Or like guys that are off the bench. Hey, don't worry. You're going to get in there on Wednesday. And then you don't get in there on Wednesday. Then you start losing respect to the manager. And it's like, well, he's just lying to me. Or
it's more communication.
Yeah.
At that point.
And it's like, I feel like managing is not that hard. I mean, you have to talk to 26 different guys and the front office and the press. But if you're honest with the guys, dude, they'll fight for you. They'll bleed for you. They'll do everything for you.
Love it.
Talking to former All-Star closer and Padres fantasy camp counselor Heath Bell here on 97.3.
I like that.
Yeah, camp counselor. That's what they are.
He's coach.
Yeah,
Just a coach. You gotta get the best out of everybody. And I feel like some managers I've had over the years did that, and some just expected you to do it and never talk to you.
Yeah.
You're also dipping your toes into our side of the business, doing some Padres coverage with our friend Kyle Glazer. How's that going for you? I mean, you've never been shy with an opinion, so
it's good. I joke around a little bit. I got Kyle to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, you work with Kyle Glazer,
but I got Kyle. He's got me a little bit more serious. So I'm not real serious, but I like joking around and stuff. And
we have the same dynamic.
I'm
the serious. Dynamic. He's the loose one, and I try to get him to be more serious. He tries to get me to loosen up.
Kyle's very smart.
I think you're winning slightly in that competition, but
you're not going to get me.
It's like this. He talks about, like goes percentages and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? How did guys do really well on their birthday? Right. Guys would play him because they had a kid and they played him right after he missed a day because he had a kid. Why do they always go off on those days? Tell me the numbers. How does that work? And I said, cybermetrics and all that stuff, and all the numbers are great. And honestly, I think it could have made me a better player in a lot of ways.
Would you have embraced it?
If we had,
if it
well,
worked?
like let me put it this way. Like if we have the now where you throw a pitch and the angle right away.
Yeah.
I had to go inside and then see it. So if I could throw a pitch and then try a different grip and then throw it, because then I could see, okay, this grip is uncomfortable, but it works better. So I'll throw it more, then it'll make it comfortable. So it's just little things like that. But on the other way, all the numbers will tell you there should never be a perfect game or a no-hitter.
Right.
And it's like that, but that's the best part about it. Like that's the beauty of part of baseball. You can have a short guy, a tall guy, a fat guy, a skinny guy, and they can all dominate.
Yes.
In every position. So that's unique of any other sport is, you could be old and dominate, be young and dominate, fat, skinny, tall, small.
Much like fantasy camp here, you'll see.
Well, I don't know about that.
All shapes and sizes.
All shapes and sizes, but they usually show up in the training room.
Not that much skinny, actually.
That's true.
Is the problem.
If they're skinny, they're very frail. They hit the bat and they're like, ow.
Yeah.
So as a now analyst, what do you see as the Padres still pressing needs this offseason? What should AJ Preller do until spring training starts?
I said this all offseason, right at the end of the season. What they need to do is they need to bulk up their AAA with veteran guys and probably overpay them in AAA so they stay there. And you have guys that can fill the holes if somebody gets hurt. Because our biggest problem is the depth. We just don't have the depth guys that can do it. maybe not for a whole season, but for a month or two or a week or two. And really, I mean, you need some start. I think starting pitching is going to be okay, but you always want a lot of starting pitching. And then it's just, are the guys going to hit? Is there going to be thump in the lineup? That's really what it boils down to. I mean, I personally think if guys know if they're going to hit in this spot day in and day out, unless they're in a slump or something, they thrive and stuff. But, switching batting orders, this and that, because like I tell Kyle all the time, why doesn't Manny switch? And he's like, well, he's earned the right. Well, nobody today can ever earn the right to have a position because of the numbers. Well, this guy does this. Well, but your main guys don't. They don't switch in the lineup. And remember a couple years ago, Jake was going to be our first baseman. Then the second series he was playing first base, and then he was going to play second. Then he played second. It was like, well, shit, what's going on? And they just rotate. And I'm like, do you guys understand when you are very comfortable when you come to the field and you know what's going to happen? But if you come to the field and you're not sure if you're going to play every day, you're a little on edge. And I'll tell you, some of the best managers like Madden said, dude, if you feel comfortable, you'll play comfortable. You'll play great. If you feel great, you'll play great.
And I think too, because you see Dave Roberts and the Dodgers, he'll mix it up, right? He'll mix it up a lot, and mostly at the bottomish or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I would say that past the 6 line, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's always
have a ball. Okay,
that's always going to mix it up.
But he even mixes it up in his bullpen, which I can understand. 7th inning, 8th inning, you need to know your role. You need to know when to start loosening up in the game as a reliever. But
if you're a manager and like Dave, and I've talked to Dave about this, he goes down there and goes, hey guys, in this situation, I might need you in the 6th inning, 7th inning. That's going to how we're going to win the game. So you're like, okay, yeah, 6, 7, 6, 7. But that's the whole thing is he talks to guys, and then you only have to tell guys once or twice during the season and just, hey, be ready, because it's a big game or whatnot, even if it's in April or March.
All right, so bring that to the Padres. What's the best way to use Mason Miller? You have potentially the best arm in the game. Is it in the 9th inning, or is it when the other team's best hitters are coming up, even if it's in the 7th or the 8th inning? How will Craig Stammen use Mason Miller this season?
Oh, he'll probably put him in the 9th.
Okay.
But so I would, if I knew all the research and everything about him, that I don't know everything, especially the ins and outs, I would see, can he start? Can he not? Because that's an unbelievable arm to start. And then try him out a little bit in spring here or this and that. But if you go in the bullpen, can he go multiple innings? Can he go back-to-back days? Kind of like Trevor and I used to go 3 days and then have a day off. Because, him throwing 100, 104, and then say the third day he's only throwing 99, fuck, that's still good. Excuse me for
yep, that's all right. We got Adam on the dump button.
Adam's gonna be sharp back there.
Baseball players out here. All right, it's baseball, but you're gonna have to use the dump button a lot this week.
Don't turn into Goose Gossage.
I'm honestly a lot better. And guys have actually said it's a podcast. You can say whatever you want.
Yes, on a podcast you can. This is a live radio.
This is live radio.
But I'm trying to be better. So
listen, all we can ask for is your best effort. That's all we can ask for, Heater. Well, thank you, man. We're looking forward to.
I think the Padres are going to do well. I think they're going to do like they did last year. Nobody's going to give them a chance. Nobody's going to really pick them. They're going to pick the Diamondbacks or maybe the Giants. But they'll be there towards the end. They're probably going to win almost 90 games, if not more. But it's all about getting hot. And honestly, last year we just didn't get hot at the right time.
Just the first 2 weeks.
Well, right after the
trade deadline.
We got hot, and then it was almost like we were scared of heights.
And Laureano got hurt, and Adam got hurt. That didn't help.
That was the playoffs. Yeah. But it's before then. They were afraid of heights. I mean, I would tell you one thing before I go. It's different becoming first place and have everybody chase you, or you the guy trying to get to first.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling. And there's a lot more pressure being in first and everybody's trying to get you. And people are like, no, it's not. No, there's a lot of pressure about it because now you're looking behind you. Before you're just looking up, trying to become first place.
It's the climb. The climb is really fun. Yeah.
You could do it. But as soon as you're at the top of the mountain, everybody's trying to get you.
Well, they passed the Dodgers that weekend for like the one day.
But
then they
I
kind of went
guarantee
into a slump right
after they
that.
passed the Dodgers, they were like, okay, what's the Dodgers doing?
Yeah, 100%.
Beforehand, it was like, we need to win.
It's human nature. Yeah, it's human nature. You're the best.
Keith,
dude.
You're awesome.
Thank you, Pally.
Great leadoff guest for our fantasy camp week, Heath Bell of the San Diego Padres. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll check traffic. Come back. We either don't do this or we can get into the college football talk. We'll see what happens when we come back. We're playing it by ear out here with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Yes. We're doing 7 Mile
Incoming
Casino. There
Gamma.
it is.
GEG 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, Woods and I want to tell you about our place to play cards in San Diego. It's right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. 7 Mile Casino is fantastic. Heath, you ever been to 7 Mile Casino?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, you need to check it out. It's really easy to get to, and it's a great spot where you can play California-style blackjack, Texas Hold'em poker, Pai Gow, and Baccarat.
7-hour casino from here. But for you guys listening back home, it is just 7 miles away. If you are downtown San Diego, you know it's right there. It's inviting. It's a really cool place right there off the 5. Friendly dealer, smoke-free environment, no slot machines, I think, which is a big, big plus in my book. Just want to go play cards, have a blast at 7 Mile Casino.
And the food is great. Sammy's at 7 Mile has a 24/7 players menu, one of your few 24/7 options in San Diego. And tomorrow and Sunday, check out the award-winning weekend brunch best in the South County from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Before we get to Don't Do This, our thanks again to Heath Bell, all guests on Ben Woods, even out here at Fantasy Camp, up here on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Now, on to Don't Do This, which is brought to you by Dixieline Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and enjoy it. I saw this story. I know horse racing. I think they do a really good job at tracks like Del Mar, Santa Anita, of trying to take as good of care of the horses as possible. But apparently that's not going on everywhere. The California Horse Racing Board has permanently suspended jockey Jose Nicasio, who has over like $10 million in career earnings, for participating in unregulated bush races at bush tracks. I'm not sure where they are.
Turn my mic on. Excuse me?
Bush races.
What is a bush race?
A bush race is a horse track that is not regulated by the proper authorities.
Like Bush League?
Bush.
That one. Apparently, like, they will rampantly dope their horses with methamphetamine, cocaine, and other drugs. They'll use electric shock devices to make them run. It sounds absolutely horrific. Not good at all. I'm not sure where these tracks are, but nothing like, Del Mar. But they say if you participate, you're done, and this guy's done.
So why do they call them bush races?
I mean, they must have to hide them somewhere in, like, the forest or something, because they're not
These are like
unregulated,
these are
underground horse racing tracks.
It's like,
might be in other countries as well. I'm not sure.
It's like cockfighting.
Yeah.
But it's a bush race.
Right.
Okay. All right. I guess I see why that would be bad.
Yeah, very unethical
and
very bad,
very inhumane,
of course,
as well. Well, this is very this is an odd story. There's actually part of it is kind of a doo-doo this, but Bill's Mafia is going to have the chance, Benny, to own some real pieces of Bill's history. After 53 years at Highmark Stadium, they're going to be moving to a new $2.1 billion venue across the street, but everything must go. They're going to do the thing where they rip the seats out and you can buy a seat.
That's kind of cool.
That's
like,
pretty cool.
In your game room or whatever, you have like a row of seats from the football stadium. People have those from the Murph from Qualcomm Stadium that they were able to take out before they tore it to the ground.
So they're going to make some money on this for sure. $549 for a seat. Chunks of turf.
$549
for one seat.
And they've got like 70,000 of those to sell.
I don't know that they're going to sell all of them.
I don't know. That seems pricey. I was thinking you get a pretty good deal on a decades-old plastic chair. Would be $5, right? $500 for a chair.
No,
for a plastic chair.
Out of that, like $150
that you were gonna throw away anyway if you couldn't sell it.
But multiple of these people have expressed interest in. And I'm talking, of course, about the urinal troughs that adorn the bathrooms at Highmark Stadium.
Right.
You're telling me there's a human being out there that said, name your price. I want one of those troughs the
big long metal. They're not individual urinals, just the big,
one long trough.
They used to have them at the Q. I remember those.
You're going to buy a used trough and you're going to do something with it.
Do they clean and sanitize
would
it before you buy it?
Could you ever get it clean or sanitized enough?
No, is the answer.
You'd put gasoline on it, light it on fire, then bleach it. Some lunatic Bills fan is like, I want it.
Where do you put that? In your own bathroom at home?
No, because you're not going to have the room for it. But
right.
Man cave. Can you imagine you walk into some guy's man cave and there's 7 dudes like, what's up, dude? Welcome. Grab yourself a beer. We got some wings. They're just urinating in a trough that you bought from Highmark Stadium. Who is that person like a weird, creepy fetishist of some sort that they would want a metal urinal trough in their home?
Only individuals and only with the dividers in between.
Yeah, I would not. But again, I don't want anyone else's public toilet as a piece.
We're in the year 2026. There should always be some sort of privacy area, even in like locker rooms. I just went into the locker room.
Not a lot of privacy.
The shower area
it's wide open,
is
buddy.
just a big
old sausage fest in there.
I mean, there's no like individual stalls or anything. It is just one.
You get to know
big
your
room.
You get hence why I shower at my Airbnb and not here after a game. I can handle the drive home with Paulie. Like I don't need to shower here. Thank you.
All right, finally a little do this.
Mega doo-doo.
It's half of it. Thank you, Adam.
Well done.
All right, so
Mega doo-doo.
last night, fantastic game. We talked a little bit about it earlier. We can talk more about it coming up. Ole Miss falls 31-27 on a touchdown with 16 or 18 seconds to go by Miami. And as they were coming off the field, running back Juwan Lacey from Ole Miss, pretty upset. You could see him, struggling to fight back the tears. But he was greeted as he was walking into the locker room by an unlikely character. Miami legend Ray Lewis saw him and stopped him and said, basically, words of encouragement going, I'm a huge fan. You learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. This is a great opportunity. You're a great player. You have a great team. He wanted to stop, instead of celebrating with the Miami guys, he took the Ole Miss guy and said, this is an incredible lesson for you guys. This is where you get better. And I thought that was a pretty classy thing of Ray Lewis to do for Ole Miss at the end of the game.
Ray Lewis.
Yes, Ray Lewis.
I'm reminded of that time when the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, used to console an old woman that lived in his building. And really would carry her groceries
Ray Lewis
up for her.
has a complicated legacy. Yes, there's a lot of good in the legacy.
It's really murdered a guy. It's not that complicated.
O.J. Simpson doesn't have a complicated legacy.
Paulie, I think about all the charitable MC events that O.J. Simpson used to do, and it moves me.
It's a very complicated legacy, that O.J.
To this day, I'm so moved. You're a sweet kid, man. Anyway, thank you. That was Don't and Do This. It was a classic.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Really was a great game, though, last night.
It was really, really an awesome game. It just totally delivered. It totally delivered. And, again, we're waiting on a potential guest.
Have we talked to him today?
I have not. We'll text him and see where his head's at.
Right.
But I thought Miami was going to win, and they did. But I can't say that Miami was definitely the better team. If that game lasted another 30 seconds, Ole Miss probably wins that game.
What a matchup.
I mean, both teams at the end got just so hot on offense, going back and forth, executing at such a high level. That is what you're looking for in a game like that.
Either of these defenses want to go to the championship?
It was so scary. You could see the fear in both, not fear, but like the cautiousness, I think. Also,
I think
the refs.
they were tired. I
think they were
especially
beat.
Ole Miss
51
at
runs?
the end when Miami had the ball and Carson Beck scored the winning touchdown. It looked like they were in quicksand almost.
Yeah.
Like they were just at the end of the game and they were just wiped out.
They got pummeled. I mean, they ran the ball. I think Miami ran the ball 51 times against them. You're gassed. I mean, you're done. You just are worn down to the nub. Can you dig deep for one more play? The answer was no. Carson Beck ran it in. Congratulations to him. He's actually the only human being alive that was in college longer than I was. And it's his seventh year playing football. He is 43 years old.
Man back.
And is out there taking his team to the national championship game.
268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the game-winning touchdown run. Trinidad Chambliss was great, too.
Yeah,
277 yards. He threw the go-ahead touchdown pass with 1:51 remaining after leading Ole Miss on a 75-yard touchdown drive. Mark Fletcher for Miami, 133 yards rushing. I mean, both teams were able to move the ball effectively in both the passing game and the run game. The question now is, how will Miami do in that national championship game on their home turf at Hard Rock Stadium a week from Monday against either Indiana or Oregon, which is coming up tonight at 4:30.
Can't wait.
Should be a good one. All right, let's take a time out. We will come back with more live from Padres Fantasy Camp. We're broadcasting live not only from the Peoria Sports Complex, but always from the Bill Howe Studios. Bill Howe, we know how, on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
If you're watching on the YouTube feed, you just saw Goose Gossage out of his chair pointing across this very table right here to my co-host, Ben Higgins. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday.
He's not
to you.
here, is he?
No, he's
Okay,
not
good.
here. Ben Wood's
Nerd
Yeah, he was. We talked about it at dinner last night with Major Garrett, he should be rolling. I'm actually surprised Major Garrett's not here.
He's a rule follower. They said 9 a.m., but is when like the gates open, but people are already here.
People are rolling in. They're having breakfast. I just had a delicious parfait, yogurt parfait with blueberries and strawberries and granola. There's something about it out here. I don't know what they put in it. It's good for out here, that parfait, but I enjoyed that. But we obviously
it's the buffet style, having every topping, everything you could want on it, and just right in front of you, already cut up and sliced. That's what makes it so much easier.
I've asked Mrs. Woods to lay that out for me every morning, and it hasn't happened yet. I'm still holding out hope that one morning I'll walk out to a yogurt parfait spread, but it hasn't happened yet. But they do offer that out here at camp. It's such a fun time, and I saw Goose Gossage, and I thought to myself, man, what an incredible moment that was. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the person that's not here this year, and that is our beloved Randy Jones, who passed away earlier the end of 2025. And you can feel the loss of Randy Jones in camp. He was the commissioner of camp.
This was his baby.
There's a family that comes out here. They play every year, and they made these T-shirts for Fantasy Camp.
Look at that.
Incredible Fantasy Camp T-shirts. It says Fantasy Camp on it, and there's a picture of RJ. Also, I sent Paulie a picture of it. Our jerseys this year will all feature a really, really cool 35 patch in honor of Randy Jones. So I'm sure we're going to get some Randy stories from some people out here this week. He is greatly, greatly missed by everyone out here and by the entire city and community of San Diego.
His spirit will endure, especially at Fantasy Camp, though.
No question.
He loved this time of year.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to hit differently. I mean, I cried when we got the news, and I knew it would hit differently when we got out here.
Yeah.
And sure enough, yesterday, actually, when we were setting up, we got to walk in through the clubhouse, and everything was all the jerseys were hanging, and there was a 35 jersey hanging there for Randy, and his pictures everywhere on all the TVs in here for this week. And Man, I really miss him.
Missed him too. He was, will always be a legend. And B. Wilson wants to know, can we assume the 35 patch will be on the Padres regular jerseys this year as well? Would be my guess. They look incredible. They really do.
I heard somebody say, I don't know if those are the same exact
Same
ones, but but they are planning something, because that's what I've been told.
Okay, good.
So,
And the funny thing is, if he was here, he'd be insulting and making fun of us all right now.
Yeah. Shut up. What are you doing? You spitting a bunch of BS? Yeah. I mean, that was his nature, and I love that about him. So he is a legend and always will be one.
The San Diego Padres moving up in the world, at least in the eyes of the national media. We'll get to that and more coming up after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Starting to heat up on the roads a bit in National City. Collision on northbound 5 before Civic Center. A couple vehicles over to the right shoulder. Also reports of a collision on the Mira Mesa Boulevard on-ramp to southbound 15. Northbound 15 past Old Highway 395. We have reports of a big rig fire over the right shoulder. New year, new goals. Start with your car at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A fast oil change and essential maintenance checks help keep you moving into the new year. Check it off your list. Visit SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Ready when you are. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
If there's one thing you can count on, like clockwork, it's the national media downgrading the chances of the San Diego Padres at the start of every offseason.
Sure.
And they did it again. If you'll remember, Padres made the playoffs. They were looking at ESPN, their power rankings. They were number 8 at the end of last season. But immediately after the offseason started, they dropped them to number 15, thinking, all right, well, they're losing Dylan Cease. Michael King's probably leaving as well. We're hearing rumors of, can't spend much on the budget in the offseason. So this is a team ripe for a decline. Now that the Padres have brought Michael King back, ESPN came out with a new list and started to creep back up again to number 13. They've passed the Mets. They've passed the Reds in the eyes of Major League Baseball.
Great. We passed the Reds, everybody.
It's exactly. I mean, I don't know why they thought the Reds were going to, jump up in the offseason. I mean, these are just the collective opinions of some Major League Baseball pundits out there.
There was another one yesterday in The Athletic.
Yeah, Jim Bowden.
Jim Bowden. Yeah, it was something like Padres. Well, here it is. The headline was MLB Winter Woes: Why the Padres are among the handful of teams that have moved backwards so far this offseason.
Oh, Ben just got mad. Oh, spicy Ben.
I'm not mad.
Get him, Ben.
Get him.
I'm unsurprised because we see this almost every offseason. It's just they look for reasons to downgrade, denigrate the San Diego Padres.
I mean, the offseason's not even close to over yet. So the fact is, again, we mentioned earlier, it's not like there's this giant party going on around us in Major League Baseball, and there's the Padres sitting on a couch smoking a cigarette by themselves. Like, it's just not the case. It's not what Major League Baseball is right now. There's not a flurry of activity, and we're left out in the cold yet. It could be. It could happen. And then that article would have held some weight. But, with what they just did yesterday in arbitration, bringing those guys back, not having to go to our rules, the bullpen is set. They need a pitcher and they need a first baseman, right? And that's it. It's not like they're rebuilding an entire roster. They lost Dylan Cease. Of course, he went, got a huge payday in free agency, but they brought back Michael King. They tried to shore up the rotation. So the offseason's not over, Jim. Who else is on that list?
Well, like Heath Bell said, I have every expectation that when we get to spring training and the start of the regular season, Padres are going to look like, once again, about a 90-win team.
Yes.
Going into next season.
I'm taking 81, but that's just how I
know
roll.
you do.
You know
that's
how that goes.
how you work.
You told me earlier about expectations. You want to keep expectations low.
And then I think I went with 86 last year, and they exceeded it again to get to 90 wins last season. And I think that's kind of where they're going to be heading in. The biggest upward mover, not surprisingly, the Baltimore Orioles have jumped 10 spots up into the top 10 in the rankings. They've had a very active offseason, obviously. The other team that had the active offseason was the Toronto Blue Jays. They were 2 to start, though, the offseason, and they're still 2. Did not do enough to pass the Los Angeles Dodgers, despite all the moves that they have made. So it's still Dodgers 1, Blue Jays 2, Mariners 3, Yankees 4, and then Phillies 5 in the offseason power rankings at the moment.
The Yankees haven't done anything.
They haven't done anything, but they're bringing back pretty solid team with a really good pitching rotation. There's also the expectation that they will still do things.
Yeah.
A lot of this is based on the expectation that they're not done, that they're going to re-sign Bellinger or, make some other corresponding move. I saw some rumors this morning that the Mets have jumped a little more heavily into the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes. David Stearns, who hasn't been that aggressive necessarily in terms of the free agent signings, despite the Mets having a ton of money, is looking like Kyle Tucker might be an option for the Mets this offseason. So we'll see if that, picks up any of the hot stove league talk with other teams getting in on Kyle Tucker.
Another rumor floating around right now is the Phillies are very interested in one Bo Bichette. Ben, they've done a lot of work on him. What would how would it affect their roster as it stands currently? He's meeting with Phillies officials, Ben, on a video conference call in the next couple of days. Do you think if you're interested in a free agent like Bo Bichette, do you just make the trip out there? Do you get the cheap Delta flight and fly out to wherever he is and go visit him face to face? Or is this the way of the world? You zoom a guy that you may be interested in and talk to him about potentially joining your roster?
I don't know. Bo Bichette has been linked to so many teams this offseason. I don't know
Cubs,
that he has
Red Sox.
I don't know that he has enough time to visit
That's
every
true.
single city and ballpark. So he's probably going
they
to
come to you
electronically.
They come to you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're the GM, you go get on a plane and you sit down with Bo Bichette instead of, hello, you're on mute. I'm not a cat. Are you there?
I'm not
hello?
a cat.
Right? Like I think. I don't know. Things have changed, certainly.
How valuable do you think Bo Bichette is? He's been pretty consistent.
Good.
All-star in 2001, 2023.
Put it this way.
He had the injury-plagued 2024 season. That was his only bad season, though. I mean, he bounced back, obviously, and had another good season last year. But he's not in the category of elite guys who have, 6 or 7 WAR. He's pretty much a 3 to 5 WAR guy every season, which is great for an infielder. It's really good.
We lauded Fernando Tatis Jr. as a 6 WAR player all off season. Bo Bichette's a 4 to 5 WAR player. Imagine him in brown and gold playing second base for your Friars. How excited would you be? You'd be through the moon. You'd be through the roof?
Through the moon.
Over the moon.
Over the moon.
Over the moon.
Right.
To get Bo Bichette.
Yeah. He's half as good as Fernando Tatis Jr. when it comes to annual WAR value, which is not a bad thing to be. He's a really solid player, but I think it's determining his value. You're going to have, it's free agency. So you're going to have to overpay a little bit for a Bo Bichette. Is he the kind of guy you want to overpay on? I think you know what you're getting. You're getting a very solid ball player, but you're probably not going to get an MVP. He's not going to be a guy who is going to win you an MVP award or be like a top 5 MVP guy. He might get some bottom of the MVP votes.
Will he be paid like an MVP though?
Not quite.
Okay. So then listen, how I like new players. I like good new players on this team, but I think he's a fit here. I think, like you said, he's a fit on a lot of rosters. Phillies will be exploring bringing a guy like Bo Bichette in. I feel like he's a good fit on that team. I do. I feel like he's a really good fit on that team, But they need help. They need help as well. I mean, that's another team that is. I would say they're on the hot seat as a baseball team. The Philadelphia Phillies. This was supposed to be a really, really remarkable window for them, and so far it's been Padres-esque. I know they got us in the playoffs that year, and but they haven't gotten the big prize either.
And to be clear, I haven't heard one rumor connecting Bo Bichette to the San Diego Padres,
which doesn't mean it's not.
No, with AJ Preller, you can't eliminate anything. If you did sign him, would it be to play second, short, or first?
Definitely not first, but second or short.
You could either have Xander move back over to second base and play him at short, or you could leave Xander at short, play Bo Bichette at second, and move Jake Cronenworth to first.
Sure.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know who AJ Preller has earmarked for this team, and I don't know how much money he has to spend to get the guys that he earmarked, certainly. But I still think a trade is potential for the San Diego Padres. I think that's an avenue he will explore. And again, I do feel
Dennis Lynn wrote this week that he still thinks Nick Pivetta is the potential top trade possibility for the San Diego Padres to both an attractive piece for another team that needs a frontline starter, Padres would save money, close to $20 million that they could then spend elsewhere. But then, of course, they're already don't have enough pitching depth, and you take out a guy who you expect to make 30 starts near the top of your rotation. Can you replace that with $20 million that you freed up? I don't know that you can.
Yeah.
So I've never really understood how a Nick Pivetta trade is going to work for the Padres. I mean, unless the return is incredible, to me, that doesn't ever make a lot of sense.
No, it's not something I think
you need an overpay,
a massive overpay, and
then you try to figure out what to do about this year in terms of replacing the pitching. Hopefully you'd be getting some more pitching that's coming out, like young pitching that's coming up, and you expect to be contributing for 4 or 5 years if you're going to trade Nick Pivetta. Is that what the market is for him right now? I don't know. I mean, you listen, you talk about it, but ultimately, I'm not sure there's a deal out there that's going to make sense for the San Diego Padres when it comes to Nick Pivetta.
I'm with you 100%. But yeah, I do. Listen, I know we play that mentality up the San Diego against everyone. It is funny. I mean, you do see it in every kind of national article, certainly. How long this can't last, and he's never going to be able to refill that pipeline but he does it every year. He really does. And I promise you guys this. One thing I can promise you is that come July 31st, his phone will be ringing off the hook with people interested in some of the players that are in this building as of Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Like every single year. And by the way, those guys that those teams trade for, they make the big leagues. They make the big leagues a lot. Now, it would be great if they made the big leagues here and helped contribute. But we are in this corner of trading prospects for big league ready players to help us win a World Series. We haven't done it yet. This is the course of action I think that he's set in motion right now, and I don't think he's going to deviate from it. And again, that phone will be ringing off the hook on July 31st. I promise you.
Just saw Owen Casey turned into Edward Cabrera by the Cubs. Owen Casey, of course, started as a Padres prospect who was dealt to Chicago long ago in the Yu Darvish trade. But Owen Casey was there's been so many Owen Caseys that have come through this building.
Yep.
And that's a testament to the job that AJ and his scouts have done.
Yeah, I mean, look,
in bringing guys in.
Like, keeping it real, is just half the Marlins teams and probably starters this year are going to be from the San Diego Padres. And yes, you could let yourself go, man, it'd be so great if we had Robbie Snelling back or Jacob Marcy. Obviously, you can't undo those trades. I don't know how much you're going to miss them. Are they good players because they're on the Marlins and there are absolutely zero expectations for them to just go out and play baseball and play hard? I don't know. Maybe. I think it has something to do with it.
To me,
I'm going to check FAM. I'm going to check FAM graphs. Ben.
Well, what I see is AJ trades a lot of players who get to the big league level at other organizations. But they're not necessarily the ones that are turning those guys into championship organizations.
Correct.
They're making the big leagues.
They're making the big leagues.
AJ's looking for championship players.
But if you're a GM though, and you're a GM and all these guys, boom, boom, that's all comes in the positive, right? That's all positive for you. Like, man, we get these guys, they're ready to go. Give them 3 months in our system, and they're up in the big leagues and they're contributing. So I think that speaks highly of Preller. I do.
Again, all guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
We do have confirmation on one of those guests in about 20, 30 minutes. So 8:15, 8:20.
Okay.
We will have Miami Hurricanes insider joining us.
Let's freaking go. 20 minutes. You guys are going to be so stoked.
Don't go away. Second half of Ben and Woods, live from Padres Fantasy Camp in Arizona, is coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3.
All right, we are halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Been a fun couple hours this morning. Chopping it up. There's the people everybody's in on fantasy camp. Everybody's rolling in right now, bringing all their gear in. Exciting to see. I've only seen just one coach, though. Heath Bell, I think, is the only coach that's here
I think so,
right now. I haven't seen anybody else, but that's all right. We got plenty of time.
We were here yesterday setting up. We saw Tempe was here.
Yep.
Gary Templeton. He was
Sweet.
like beaming. He's so excited for this.
Sweet angel that Tempe is.
The coaches are the rock stars, though. They make dramatic entrances.
They do.
They
do.
You know, you gotta wait and pick your moment
That's
when
true.
you walk in. That's a big moment of the week.
Well, I think they were all at the Moon last night as well. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it.
I was told one of the coaches, I won't put him on blast,
Andy Ashby.
maybe shut the bar down last night. No, actually.
Okay.
Day one.
Yeah, day one.
Does it rhyme,
day zero,
Does it
actually.
rhyme with Schmake Schmeeby?
No,
Potentially.
Also no.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the campers was like, yeah, man, like we got in yesterday and found out everybody was going to the Moon Saloon and a bunch of the coaches were there drinking with us and a couple guys might have closed the place down, so they might be a little bit late this morning, but everybody's excited, man. It's going to be such a fun weekend.
Should we have been at the Moon Saloon last night?
Probably. We probably should have been.
Why are we not able to do it? It's not like
because we
Padres
have this gig. That's why.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's why. I mean, as bad as it would have been as bad as you could have imagined this morning if we shut down the Moon last night.
Tonight or tomorrow, though, we can sleep in a little bit on the weekend.
Yeah, tonight or tomorrow, we're going to howl at the Moon a little bit.
There are plenty of watering holes in Peoria, Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
But that one
plenty of holes to water.
And
out
they're
here.
no DC bars.
They're not like they
They're
are in
okay
DC
for Glendale
or
and
New
Peoria.
York or LA.
Yeah.
The Moon's a hole in the wall.
It is. Yeah, it's a dive bar. It's a dive bar for sure.
Yeah.
But
that tends to be where the baseball-y guys hang out when they're here for spring training in Arizona, and certainly here during fantasy camp where things are quite a bit looser. They run a very tight, at least a tighter ship during spring training.
As far as
There's
we
work-
know, yes.
There's a lot of work being done. Fantasy camp's fun, and there's a lot of fun activities that go on.
It's such a privilege to be here. It's so much fun, and you can see they got 25 rookies coming out that have never been here before. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some good athletes, good players. It's younger. The guys that have joined are younger. I just ran into a guy that plays on a 18 and up AAA team in San Diego Adult League, and he's nasty. He's a pitcher, and I'm like, oh, great, here we go. All right, gonna have to ratchet it up a little bit.
Who
this
invited
week.
that guy?
I know, right? Who invited
They
this
may
guy?
need to start dividing fantasy camp into
Good,
40 and older, 40 and younger or something.
Benny, that is a great idea. That is a really good idea.
It's funny, we were talking about it on the drive out. We were wondering like what other MLB teams that have fantasy camps, and we're like, what does that look like? Like the Yankees, for example.
Hold on. How hard do you throw, by the way? Yeah. Low mid 80s, fantastic. This
Looking
is
forward
what
to
we're
that.
looking at. Yeah, can't wait.
But we were talking about like the Yankees. I was told they have like 400 fantasy campers at their camp.
Yes.
They have 2 separate week-long camps.
400.
One in November, one in January, like right now. They have a weekend camp. They have a women's only camp. They have a family camp. Like it's crazy. It's insane. And
Well,
then you look
and you should, Benny, let everybody know who's going to be filtering in here pretty soon.
All right, so a couple of things, items of business. Coming up in our next segment, straight from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where he watched his Miami Hurricanes defeat the Ole Miss Rebels last night in the college football playoff semifinals. Our beloved friend Jesse Agler is going to join us.
Come on, off-season Jesse, what a treat.
We've never had Jesse on from fantasy camp. Just happened to be here for the game. He's an alum of Miami, so we're going to have Jesse. And because of that, we're going to play Take on Woods a little early. So we're going to do it actually later this segment in about 5 minutes. If you'd like to be our contestant, try to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. Remember, it's music, TV, or movies. You get your choice from the 3 categories. Take on Woods with a chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas. Start calling now, 833-288-0973. Adam will get a contestant on the line, and we'll play here in just a couple of minutes.
And you'll have to text me, Paulie. I'll go far away, and you text me, and I'll run back in and jump on the mic and finish up.
So fun to be here because unlike spring training, when we're planted outside in the freezing cold, we get to be right in here in the hub between the Padres Major League Clubhouse. The training room is to our right. The minor league clubhouse, which is now the overflow clubhouse for fantasy camp, because there's more fantasy campers than there are big leaguers. They can't all fit in the major league clubhouse. So some of them are over to our left, still a very nice minor league clubhouse
great.
as well. It's fantastic.
The minor league clubhouse is interesting. We were in there last year, and we told them, we're like, hey, we've been here plenty of times. We're the luckiest guys in the world. We'll change in a closet.
I'll change it to Airbnb. I don't care.
We're good. And so we were in the minor league clubhouse last year. We're in there again this year. And you'll come in and you're tired, you're sweaty, want to shower or change, whatever. And then there's like Ethan Salas is like around the corner from you, and he's like working out, getting ready to go work out or whatever. All the prospects, they have the other side of the minor league clubhouse. There's just a little makeshift like partition separating the two rooms.
Yeah,
I
I feel terrible for them because those guys are professional baseball players, and they got to be subjected to a bunch of hardos out here. I do. I feel really, really bad for those guys.
And then just down the hall to our left, maybe the best part of it all is the Padres breakfast and lunchroom, which is usually for all the players. But while you're here as a fantasy camper, you get to go in. They have a full breakfast spread, all the cereals you can imagine, and not just the healthy ones either.
They got Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
They got Frosted Flakes and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You guys remember? I almost died in there last year.
You almost?
Remember that?
Is that where you choked?
Yeah. I was eating before the show started, about 10 minutes before the show started, and I was sucking down a breakfast, and I choked on a piece of turkey sausage. And my friend Alex, our friend Alex from B&B Appliances, happened to be in the kitchen at the same time as me, and I'm pointing to my throat. I couldn't get it out, and he came out and Heimlicked me 10 minutes before the show started. And had he not been in there, I don't know. I would have run out here and had one of you guys do it, but I was as panicked as I've ever been. So
they say that if there's no one to do the Heimlich, you just slam
on
yourself
a chair?
against a chair or a wall or the floor.
Can I just
try
say
to dislodge it? I would have liked a video of that.
Can I just say? That I don't know that I would have remembered that. Like I know that, but I don't know in the moment.
Yeah, you're panicking.
I panicked. So I'll be careful eating. I'll chew my food.
For like the closest you've been with choking?
Oh yeah,
on food.
Oh yeah,
like that's terrifying.
It was terrifying. You get stuff caught, and you're like, and you get it out. I tried. It wouldn't come out.
I had one. It was like a piece of steak or something, and it just got lodged. And you're like, there's the ones where you're like, one little
like a lump. You're like, come on, get it down.
That just needs one little nudge, and then you're fine. And then there's the one where it like kind of blocks off the air.
You're like,
this is actually serious, and I'm very terrified right now.
No, it was a little piece of turkey sausage, man, and it just got caught. And chew your food 27 times, they say.
I usually get up to 5 or 6. At
Me
least.
too.
Yeah.
You're a fast eater. I'm a fast eater.
I know.
Yeah. So hey,
I know you should always chew a little bit more.
We're getting older. You got to be a little bit more cautious. Okay.
All right, you ready for a little take on Woods?
I'm ready.
Got a contestant on the line. Let's play today's game.
It's time for Take on Woods.
Woods.
Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and Adam says we have Matt in Santee on the line. Good morning, Matt.
You can fade the music down. Thank you.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Matt. All right, Woods has left the area, the general vicinity, so you get to play your half of the game first. And remember, our new rules, you've got a choice of music, movies, or television. And if you can beat or tie Woods, you will qualify for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas to see Sammy Hagar at his residency at Park MGM, Las Vegas, a 2-night stay at Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Just go to Ticketmaster.com to get your own tickets for Sammy Hagar's residency next year, or actually later this year now, at the Park MGM. All right, here are your categories to choose from, Matt. We've got our music category, new one today. That's Not Very Nice, 5 songs with an insult in the title. Our movies category is Cruisin' for a Bruisin', famous Tom Cruise movie quotes. And the TV category, Not on the Map, 5 TV shows set in fictional American towns. So what would you like to play? That's Not Very Nice, music, Cruisin' for a Bruisin', movies, or Not on the Map, TV?
Let's go Cruising for a Bruisin'.
Cruising for a Bruisin'. All right, so in this game, you'll have 60 seconds to try to identify 5 Tom Cruise movies based on one of his famous quotes. I will do my best to recreate the iconic lines from Tom Cruise. We don't have the audio, so I'm just going to have to do it myself and act it out a little bit. You'll have 60 seconds. If you don't know the answer, you can pass. We will come back to it if there's time left on the clock. Matt, are you ready to play?
Yep, let's go.
All right. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to do this one here at Fantasy Camp with people milling around, but we'll give it a try. Let's put 60 seconds on
There's
the
no
clock.
pressure.
All right, Matt. Here comes your first one. Your time begins when I start the first question. Good luck. Start with an easy one. Let's take on Woods. And remember, you're naming the movie. Show me the money.
Oh, God. Pass.
Red light, green light.
Pass.
Porsche, there is no substitute.
Say it again.
Porsche, there is no substitute.
Pass.
Uh-oh.
Claire, I'm more afraid of being nothing than I am of being hurt.
Top Gun.
Incorrect. You used the memory of my dead son to set me up.
Pass.
Show me the money.
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, red light, green light.
Pass.
Were these too hard, or Matt? Have you seen any Tom Cruise movies?
Have you heard of Tom Cruise?
All right, here are you texting
Yeah, I
him?
heard
I won't
more.
give the answers. I won't give out the answers since Woods will be on his way back, and it's going to have to at least get one to beat you.
Here he
I
comes.
feel like he's going to do a little bit better. Thank you for playing, Matt. Really appreciate it. All right, as Woods returns, it's a movies category today. I won't give you the specifics, but I will be acting out a famous quote. You need to tell me the movie that it comes from.
Okay, you're acting it out?
Yes, I am
Okay.
acting it out.
All
We
right.
don't have the audio, so I have to do it myself. All right, let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when I say the first movie quote.
Okay.
All right, good luck. Let's take on Matt. Show me the money.
Jerry Maguire.
Correct. Red light, green light.
Pass.
Porsche, there is no substitute.
Risky business?
Correct.
Wow.
Claire, I'm more afraid of being nothing than I am of being hurt.
Claire. Pass.
You-
Wait. Breakfast Club.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
You used the memory of my dead son to set me up. They're all from the same actor.
Oh, they're all from the same actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Red light, green light.
I guessed that one. I don't know. Taint. I have no idea.
All right.
I'm out.
You got two. You did win. 2-0. Those are all Tom Cruise movie quotes. Jerry Maguire,
Okay.
Mission Impossible, red light, green light.
Okay.
Risky Business, you got.
Got
Days
it.
of Thunder is Claire. And then
Her name was
Minority
Claire?
Report. Claire, I'm more afraid of being nothing than I am of being hurt.
And then what was the last one?
Minority Report.
All right. That was
Good movie. That was a creepy movie.
Yeah, it was really
I
good.
was cruising for a bruising was the movie category today.
Of course it was. Jesse Agler
Our
is here.
special guest is here. Jesse
Yeah.
Agler, fresh out of the
Let's go.
college football playoff semifinal last night, will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, SDFatLoss.com is extending their New Year's sale. You can get more than 20% off right now. Take care of all your New Year's resolutions to lose weight and be a healthier you in 2026 with the help of SDFatLoss.com. With their program, the same one that I went through, you can lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, and I have kept that weight off now almost 3 full years. It's all based on real foods. You're going to be eating stuff that you normally eat from the grocery store, like chicken and steak and fish and vegetables. Just eat them in the right times and the right portions, and you won't need to exercise. You won't need to take any of those weekly injections to lose the weight, and you'll be able to sustain it. I have. You can do it as well. Sign up today. Get your free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. They'll explain how the program is going to work for you, and if you do it now, not for just for a limited time, though, you can still take advantage of the New Year's special and get more than 20% off at SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got a little breaking baseball news from The Athletic this morning, if you can believe what GMs say this time of year. But Diamondbacks general manager Mike Hazen has told The Athletic that Ketel Marte is off the trade block.
Okay.
He will be remaining with the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League West for the foreseeable future. They were certainly exploring trade options for Ketel Marte, thinking about signing Alex Bregman. I don't know if that means that's not happening now, but it looks like Marte is going to remain with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but that's a topic for another day, because joining us now, fresh off an appearance at last night's college football playoff semifinal just down the road at State Farm Stadium, University of Miami alum Jesse Agler is with us here on 97.3 The Fan, the voice of the Padres. Hi, Jesse. You want to break down the Diamondbacks? Paul's going to use your microphone hooked up.
Hang on.
All right. No, it is not working for some reason.
Here.
Paulie.
He's working.
Plug in. Try it again.
Try now.
No, we got nothing. All right.
Here, take this.
All right. Well, I'll talk to Jesse for a second while we figure it out. Jesse, how was the game last night? You want to talk about the Diamondbacks first?
No, I do not want to talk about the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
But that's interesting about Marte. The game was incredible, man. I mean, it's like when you go into something, when you do what I do for a living, and then you go into something as a pure fan, it is a very, very different experience, than what we're kind of used to. And I'm talking about, having to like park in a parking lot as opposed to in a bus that just drives you right up to the stadium. But then also, kind of all the craziness that goes along with being a fan and feeling the things that a fan feels. When I'm working a Padre game, like I'm so locked in on work, like
Sure.
I feel some of that stuff, but it's very, very different when you're there as a fan. And so I was a lunatic last night.
You can't
and
let yourself get carried away
Exactly.
when you're
'Cause you're
working
doing
and
your
you're on
job.
the microphone,
Exactly.
but you can kind of let yourself get carried away a bit when you're just cheering for your alma mater. Were you always a giant fan of the Hurricanes when you were at school? You went to all the games and
I
everything?
mean, I worked at the student radio station. We
Gotcha.
broadcast the games. Last time Miami played in the Fiesta Bowl was my junior year of college, national championship game against Ohio State, and I broadcast the game on student radio. And so, I mean, I got to be around a tremendous program, football and baseball in those years, national championships in both sports. And it was cool to be around that again. It was neat because, moving to the West Coast, you don't know a lot of Miami people anymore. And so just like walking through the parking lot yesterday and seeing everybody in the shirts, it was like, oh, wow. Like I haven't felt that in 15 years.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was
Did
neat.
you take your belt off and beat it
I did.
against
I did.
belt
I am not
ass?
Michael Irvin.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
Very few are, by the way.
No, only one, actually.
There's
Yeah.
only, thank God, there's only one Michael Irvin. Yeah, I told you yesterday on the phone. I hate Miami. I've always hated Miami. That's okay.
I hate Notre Dame, so it's fine.
There you go. But you can't watch that football team and not go, Jesus, they're nasty.
They're
they're just nasty. And a seventh year senior or whatever graduate leading the charge. I kept waiting for Carson Beck to make a mistake. He made the one mistake, but really played a really good game. And then obviously with his legs got them in the end zone. Your feeling when you saw him break free and you're like, there's 6 yards or 3 yards ahead of him, it's over.
That was right in front of us. We were kind of in that corner where he was running to. And, look, I'm a lunatic sports fan like all of us. So there were still 18 seconds left, I think, when he scored that touchdown. I'm like, oh, too much time. That was like, and sure enough, they had a shot at the end. It was a little bit of a hazy ending. But I love that we're breaking down X's and O's on football. We never do that.
Never. It's so fun. But
yeah, it was just cool and exciting. And look, they're not asking too much of that guy. Like, they've got a tremendous offensive line. They've got a pretty good defense, really good defense. And, that's the way they're trying to win games. And they're not going to ask him to go throw for 350 yards, and that's fine. Yeah. Old school football.
One of the funniest moments after that touchdown by Beck, one of the assistant coaches tried to give Mario Cristobal like a celebratory hug. He turned around with the most scathing look, like, how could you possibly celebrate with 18 seconds remaining? Are you insane?
Yeah.
And he was right. The game was certainly not over yet, but it brings up the possibility. Well, there's two intriguing now matchups. We'll find out tonight, but it'll either be Miami against Indiana, unquestionably the story of the year, maybe of the century right now in college football, or it could be Miami, Oregon against Mario Cristobal's old school, where he was the coach at before, which would also be an incredibly intriguing matchup. Who do you want to face? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't play that game. But, Francisco Mendoza, the Heisman winner, the Indiana quarterback, he's from Miami. So that's a cool storyline too, obviously. I try not to get in my own head, even like with the Padres. I'm like, people are like, you want to see the Phillies or the Dodgers in the second round? No, man. No. However it breaks, it breaks. That's kind of how I feel about that. But it's just like that program means a lot to me. And they've been mostly bad for 20 years.
Yeah.
And,
I've loved it.
And with no excuse. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
And so it's cool and nice, and it feels like the universe is back on its axis, that they're good again. And I don't want to say it feels like they're playing with house money at this point, but it does a little bit.
I know that feeling last year when Notre Dame's in the championship game, and I'm like, I've got everything I could have ever asked for, and you run into a tough Ohio State team. You're like, all right, that's tough.
I know you don't get back to Miami that much, but what is that place going to be like?
It's gonna be insane
with the game actually being at Hard Rock Stadium for the next week and a half.
It's gonna be wild. And look, there'll be plenty of Oregon/Indiana fans there because of the way bowl ticketing works. So it's not going to be like a true home game, but it's going to be an atmosphere. I was lucky enough. I got to grow up, as a kid and in college going to games at the Orange Bowl. And I think it's very similar to how people talk about Qualcomm, with the Chargers. Like when the place was rocking, it's just different. And every once in a while, it smelled terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Terrible. The building went up in the 30s or whatever. And it was a madhouse. And you're gonna have some old school Orange Bowl feel, I think, at Hard Rock Stadium for that game, unquestionably.
Well, let's talk some Padres with the great Jesse Agler, who joins us here in the off season, which is it's a rare treat for us and our audience. All the tier ones out there certainly miss you.
Hi guys.
Gearing up for another season.
Yeah.
How's your training going for the upcoming season?
My training is going okay. It's rest, recovery kind of stuff.
Yep.
Although you can't tell after the game last night.
Right.
But it's starting notes on the new guys and kind of getting ahead of that game. Very glad about Michael King.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing that's happened, right? By far to this point. I think that's huge. And, on a personal level, just as great of a guy as there is. So nice to have him in there.
How about Stammen? Craig Stammen.
Yeah.
We've had a chance now to talk to him a couple of times, just us. And we liked him. We liked him when we talked to him. It's hard not to. You'd be weird if you said not. I don't like the cut of that guy's jib.
No one's gonna say
nobody's
that.
going to say that ever.
He is stepping into something that is different than anything he's ever done before.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what that ends up looking like. We'll see how it goes. But he is a guy that has immediate respect in that room that's right behind us. And that's the most important thing on a team like this. This isn't a young team, where maybe it's like, all right, hey, let's coach them up. You look at some of the younger managers hired around the league and these younger teams that are probably not going to be World Series competitors. You want coaches, lowercase c. to be around that team, to help these guys become more major league ready, because that doesn't happen in the minor leagues now the way it used to. But with a team like this, it's expected to compete for a World Series title. You need somebody who's going to come in there, and you're not worried about him teaching cuts and relays. They'll do that at spring training, don't get me wrong, but like that's not why Craig Stammen was hired. Craig Stammen was hired to keep that room right over the course of the long season, and he proved as a player, as a reliever, by the way, which is borderline unheard of, that he's got the ability to go and do that.
Like him and Hoffy. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's
Heater,
a short
too. Heater
list.
to some extent, too.
Sure. I mean, it's not something you often hear. And we heard it when Craig was a player, so this isn't revisionist history. You heard people say, man, he can stand up in front of the whole room and talk. Joe Musgrove can do that.
Yep.
Even as a starter, it's rare. As a reliever, a non-closer, it's insane. And that tells you everything you need to know about Craig Stammen.
Talking to Jesse Agler here at Padres Fantasy Camp. And let's not forget, I think one of the most important moves they made was retaining Ruben Niebla and making him the associate manager as well. You've spent time like we have with Ruben. How important is it that the Padres going to keep him and even expand his duties and what he's going to be responsible for this season?
I think he's as good of a pitching mind as exists in baseball right now. I mean, do you have to say anything besides that? He's a guy that is completely at the top of that field. And, to go back to the football thing, Miami last year, arguably a better team offensively, terrible defense, fired the coordinator, brought in a new coordinator this year, have a whole new starting secondary pretty much, and it's one of the best defenses in the country with a coaching change. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. At every level, coaching matters. And so you have a guy like Ruben. I hate to think what this pitching staff would be like without him.
100%.
And I mean, that's how good he is. That's how important he is to this thing. And you're right. That's as big as anything else that's happened this offseason, is making sure that Ruben is still, here in that role. And as you said, in an expanded role as well.
Now, is this the first time you've actually been in Arizona during fantasy camp?
Yes.
Any early thoughts?
I got to duck my head in there and kind of take a look around.
Of the athletes?
I mean, like, what are we, skill level wise, what's the range here? It's pretty broad, right?
Very broad.
It's
there are good players.
There's good players.
And there are not good players.
Right. And that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, do you have sort of like every version of the guy, like the guy who takes it too seriously, the guy who doesn't? Who's the guy that takes it too seriously?
I've only run into one. No, my ass. I've only run into one. He pointed at me. I take it seriously. But I mean, I play hard, but I'm not a hard.
Are you like going into second base hard?
No, there was one guy in all the years of camp, and I remember last.
I mean, you talk about unwritten rules, like
At camp, you do not you don't need to be hook
do you guys
sliding.
steal bases?
Yeah, you get one an inning. One. So if you get on base, you steal because nobody's gonna throw you out.
Can you get traded to like Angels fantasy camp?
I'm the only one that has ever been traded in fantasy camp history. Terry Kennedy traded me from his team to Tim Flannery's team.
He wanted a part of you.
Correct, and it was a better situation for me anyway. But I saw TK. We hugged it out this morning. But there was one guy here that was a real hardo. I remember watching him like hard tag and like push the guy off the base and then boat up over him.
Wow.
And it was like, we don't do it like that out here. We're not doing that out here.
Did he take the coaching? Did he chill out?
He did. He
That's
did
good.
chill out. But no, it's mostly just a bunch of guys that they love the stories. The stories are really what you pay for. I mean, you can play baseball with 10 of your friends at home.
Yeah.
It's not the highest level.
Do you have
baseball.
10 friends? I do.
I do. I got 10
wow.
friends. But you get those stories, and it's the behind the scenes stories, and that's the goal.
Did I see Gary Templeton walking around?
Tempy's here.
Tempy's great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think
man.
Jake Peavy is around.
Peavy's around, and Ashby's coming, and Hoffy's coming,
Awesome.
and
Awesome.
it's the greatest.
That's so
Scan's
cool.
making his debut.
I saw
this year
Scans at the hotel last night.
at fantasy
Hard
camp.
to miss.
Yep, big tall right
With Jesse Agler, I mean, Don Rosillo came in for a day a few years ago and put on the uniform. But Jesse Agler,
Yeah, we've
ever
seen
be
the
willing
video.
to-
Would you ever do it?
No, absolutely.
No,
not.
you're like me.
I was like, there's no reason to. I got to drive back to San Diego anyway. I don't want to embarrass everybody.
I get it.
I could pinch run one time.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
I
You're
go stealing
athletic.
one bag an inning.
You can get our one back.
How about here's this? Like somebody walks, you pinch run me. I go to second on a grounder.
and then score on a single.
Go to third on
Another grounder.
and then steal home.
Steal home.
There you
Done.
go. Yeah.
I don't think stealing.
He
home's
wants
allowed.
me to take at least one at bat.
He wants to take a bat.
I think if I swung a bat right now, one of my shoulders would dislocate.
It does.
I'm worried about all of that.
Kind of stuff is what I don't want to mess with.
I can't wait for this. We have to do this weekend.
Monday.
You could do like a Ben and Woods fantasy camp, where like you go in your backyard with him.
Yeah,
and just like
and just do all sorts of different sports. But Jesse, we'll let you get back, dude.
Yeah.
I know you're driving back today. Safe travels, number one. Looking
Thanks.
forward to the season. We'll see you out here at spring training in a few weeks. I mean, it's what it
First
feels
game
like.
is 20th of February, right? Yeah. So barely
Against the
over a
Mariners,
month
of
away.
course.
Against the Mariners,
always.
of course. Yeah.
Always.
Big Dumper will take, I'm sure, 6 at bats.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Thank you so much for your time
You
this
got it,
morning, and congrats to the Miami Hurricanes.
I know that
Thank
pains you to
It
say
does.
that.
I have a
but
class act, though.
They
Yeah, you
earned
are.
it.
You are.
They earned it. They're a tough team.
They
Jesse
are.
Agler, voice of the San Diego Padres, will take a quick timeout. I've seen Tim Flannery just walked in. Major Garrett's now here, too. So we'll have more guests coming up. Don't go anywhere. Going until 10 o'clock this morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All right, starting to fill in here at Padres
It really
Fantasy
is,
Camp.
man.
Everybody is showing up. We got another special guest about to join us. First, let's get a quick check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Just a few problems here, guys. Malfunctioning traffic signals. That's always fun. This is on the University Avenue on-ramp to northbound 805. Expect a bit of a backup there. Also, some debris reported across lanes. Westbound 8 near 2nd Street. Up ahead, reports of a sign that got knocked down on the Fletcher Parkway off-ramp. New year, new goals. Start with your car at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A fast oil change and essential maintenance checks help keep you moving into the new year. Check it off your list. Visit SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Ready when you are. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so we have a bit of a special moment here on Ben & Woods at Fantasy Camp.
A couple of them.
Sitting down with us is our good friend, our Fantasy Camp rookie, our housemate, and chief Washington correspondent for CBS News, Padres fan extraordinaire on the East Coast, Major Garrett. But standing right next to him is our good friend Tim Flannery, who's back as a Padres coach. So does Tim know that Major Garrett picked number 11 for his Fantasy Camp number?
In honor
In
of
honor.
Flan.
In
And
honor of
Enzo
Flan.
Hernandez,
And-
also who wore 11 first, and Craig Shirley after that.
And they've never met. You've
No,
never
we've
met.
never
You've
met.
never met Tim
It's-
Flannery before, so this is the first time.
As this will be all week, I'm kind of speechless in your presence, brother.
I don't think. Okay, Chuck, you'll warm up.
All right, so they're going to have a lot of time to chat over
I'm
the
way
next,
behind on the emotion. I'm way behind on the emotion. It's
next
great to
few
meet you.
days, but
It's great to
we
meet
just
you,
wanted
man.
to make sure the introductions were made, so they have been. Major, walking in for the first time to see the Major League clubhouse. What was it like?
So look, I'm an imposter here, a full-blown imposter. Didn't even make my JV team in Madison in 1979. But I've dreamed about this for years. I mean, years, more than a decade. And I'm in a very competitive news business. There's always news. News always intrudes, and I've always set it aside. But last year, about this time, I made the decision that no matter what, I was going to do this camp this year. And to walk into the clubhouse where incomprehensibly great athletes belong and be permitted to walk in there, me in possession of comprehensively bad baseball skills, and not to be ejected immediately, not to be thrown out as some sort of trespasser. And then let's take this up to the next level. There's a locker that's got my name on it.
Yeah, man.
And a jersey with my name on it.
Yep.
And the number I picked.
For Tim Flannery, who just walked behind you.
Right. And Flan is right here smiling at me like, please don't leave. You can stay. It's as good as it gets. In any kind of person's life, when you dream of something and then you're able to touch it, it's as good as it gets.
Well,
and right now I'm in that space.
If you feel like a fraud now, just wait till batting practice, okay? Just wait till batting practice, and then it will really, really sink in how none of us belong.
They'll
here.
be like, have you ever held a bat in your hand?
Major,
ever?
The funny thing is about these fields too, you'll square one up. And you'll go, ooh, I got that one. And you'll see it fall 12 feet over second base. And you're like, how does anyone hit one out
How does
ever?
anyone hit one out ever?
It's
Yes.
amazing.
The first grounder will go through my legs. I guarantee you. The first pop fly, I will stagger
Pop
around
flies are scary,
and
dude.
miss.
They're scary.
I will stagger around.
Yep.
I will lose it in the bright blue sky. And it will be amazing. It will be amazing.
How'd you sleep last night?
Great.
Was it nice to get up in the morning and not have us yelling
Did
like
we wake you
always
up in the
are?
morning?
Yeah,
Not at
okay.
all. No.
Okay.
You're very polite house guests.
Thank you, man. It's such a pleasure to have you. We spent a lot of time last night at dinner.
And to your point, I spent about 45 minutes at the house stretching this morning.
Good for you. Yeah, it's very important. We spent a lot of time at dinner last night talking about Flan. Flan is my favorite. His daughter, my wife are good friends. I've coached his grandson Jesse before, and he's a special human being. And the stories that he's going to regale you with are second to none. He's one of the best storytellers in the business, and he just did something. We just had a really couple of cool moments here. You got to meet one of your heroes,
yes, straight up,
and Tim Flannery, and he brought me something that I don't quite know how to react.
Text.
It's the sacred
You
text.
had to promise to protect it with your life.
Yep. Get Flan on for a sec. Can you let Big Tall Righty, Bob Scanlon, Major?
What's up, man?
Can I borrow your mic for
Yes,
one
of
sec?
course.
And we'll have Tim Flannery jump on with us as well. And we'll talk about this. But he brought me the manual, dude. Like, Flan, welcome back to the program. Always a pleasure to have you. You are the best, man. And so you had told me, Woodsy, I know how much you love to coach. I've got years and years and years of notes written down. Now, you gave it to your son-in-law, Travis.
Yeah.
Because he's also coaching.
Yeah.
And coached last year. What happened? Why is it in my lap now?
I told Trav I was going to pick it up, and I was over at the house the other day, his house, because they were in another Caribbean or Bahamas or
Another
where,
vacation.
Fiji,
Yeah,
wherever
right.
he goes. But I saw it in there, and I just said, I needed to get it to you since I'm coming this week, and I thought you'd like it. What it is
I don't like it. I love it, man.
well,
I'm
25.
amazed.
That's 25 years of coaching and being coached from some of the greats, from Dick Williams, and then you heard last year Mike Schilt talk about his education in the St. Louis Cardinals organization with George Kissel and all. When I came back in 1992 to start coaching, to learn how to coach in the lowest minor leagues, and I managed at every level, and I did it for 25 years. I wrote everything down at nighttime. I would come back, and even I had a typewriter because I had just left Channel 8 News, ASDF, JKL, semicolon, right? And I would just start typing things, and I kept this through the years. There's also rules, and when you see the players who played for me, and I know Arkeson Franco is one of them, and you'll see there's a way to win a ball game. And the Padres last year started really showing it, because I know Schilt was making sure they were in the big games, how do you win? You move runners, you use productive outs. Anyway, I think you're going to like it. Just don't lose it
I will
because
not
I'll
lose it,
never
man.
be able to remember any of it.
I will.
I was going to say, do you have it all memorized? So no, it's all written down. You got to go refer to it still. Can you find stuff in there? That is the most overstuffed notebook I think I've ever seen.
This is unbelievable. It's an unbelievable honor, and I feel like I can and will learn so much to help talk about the game in a better way, but also to play the game in a better way and to coach the game in a better way. I'm very, very touched. My legs are shaking, actually. Like, it's crazy. I can't believe I have this. I've been wanting it for so long. And Trav, who I'll be coaching against at some point, has been holding out on me. He didn't want me to have it. He didn't want me to have the secrets. And now I've got the secrets as well. So thank you, Flan. I can't thank you enough for this. I can't wait to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. And I'm blown away.
I used to hide it from Bochy because he always, give me that book. I want the book. They always say you got to play by the book. You got the book. You're the only guy that's got the book. I go, you're not getting it.
I'll hold it up so everyone can see it.
That is the book of baseball,
it is
according to Tim Flannery.
This is unbelievable, man. Outfield fundamentals. Boom. I mean, this is great. You got drills in here. This is incredible. Incredible. Thank you so much, Flan. You're the best.
Man. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Flan. Appreciate it.
Get
man.
on that Advil.
Yeah. You got anything stronger? No, wait. I know you do. Stay away. Stay away.
Don't eat the cookies.
Do not eat the cookies, Tim Flannery.
That's just a taste, Major, of kind of what you're in store for the next 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, already I can tell the camaraderie is off the charts.
Yeah.
I met a guy right across from my locker. He has a whole set of cards. He gave me a Tim Flannery card, which I didn't have. Mike Lopez. He's like, here. I said, can I have this? He goes, yeah, take it.
Get it signed.
Get it signed.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I didn't have a flank. I have a Terry Kennedy card. I have a lot of 84 Padre cards. By the way, a friend of mine sent this to me. I don't know if have you seen the Steve Pearlman thing on the 84 Padres?
Jeff Pearlman. Yes.
Jeff Pearlman.
It's unbelievable.
It's great.
Yeah.
Find it on YouTube. It's great.
He's one of the best.
Yeah.
He's one of the best at telling that story. One of the craziest teams of all time.
Yes,
he said.
exactly.
Just absolutely bananas.
And they all hated Dick Williams.
And they all hated Dick Williams.
And didn't like each other very much.
Didn't like each other very much either.
But became a team August 12th, 1984 in Atlanta at Fulton County.
No question. Ben did a roundtable out here talking to all the guys that were involved, including Goose Gossage, and it was one of the best hour-long segments I've ever heard.
And a legendary baseball brawl.
Yeah, indeed, man. So we just got here.
Yeah.
Let's let Major get back to enjoying camp. But
yeah, we can get your perspective
in a
on
few
like
days.
Monday and Tuesday and how the weekend went.
Today's a little wild.
A little camp under your belt because there's so many experiences that you're going to have.
Go try that uniform on, man.
Yeah.
Go try that uniform on.
Have you toured around the complex at all yet? Even
No,
had a chance to look. That's pretty amazing as
No.
well, just to see the fields, how well maintained and meticulous they are. They're just absolutely incredible when you go out
Suitable
there.
for great athletes. Yeah. And for a while, someone like me gets to be trespassing and not arrested.
I can't wait. Can't wait to get out there, man.
To be here and not be arrested
Did you
is
park
a
in the
really big
players'
deal.
lot, like we told you?
So I think so. I think we did.
Yeah,
we parked
you
where
did.
everyone else did.
Oh,
I watched you come in.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
That's always a thrill as well.
In quotation marks,
Except
like in my business, I'm referred to as the talent, which I always put
us
in
too.
quotation marks.
The cars get a lot nicer next month when
bet
spring
they
training
do.
starts.
They do.
in that lot.
They do.
And deservedly so. Deservedly so.
No question.
All right, Major, get to it, and
I
we'll
will.
talk to you again. We'll see you back at the Casa.
Dreams come true, kids.
Give everybody your real take on the restaurant last night, because Ben was a little embarrassed that I
thought he
played
might
it
try
up.
to oversell it. I didn't. I
thought it was good.
worried. Yeah, it was
just good.
It was good.
Oh no,
Good
Maybe
with
Ben was right.
an enthusiastic good. It wasn't
Okay,
mind blowing.
enthusiastic. Okay, yeah, I didn't say it was going to be mind
good
blowing.
with a
I said it was really
lowercase
good.
g.
It was really good.
Good with a lowercase g.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they asked for it. You guys got it.
And italicized, but not bold and not underlined.
Right.
Yeah,
That's good.
Fair enough.
It was
Okay.
good.
It's good.
It was good, man.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you,
we're gonna
Major.
take
And
the
the
time
company, outstanding.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a great
Woods was
time.
in
The
fine
esprit de
form.
corps.
Woods was in fine
That's
form.
my last French reference while
I
I'm here.
was.
All right, we're going to take time out. Top of the hour. We will come back. Don't forget, all guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Final hour of the week. We are live at Padres Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Final hour of Ben and Woods, taking the Bill House Studios on the road. Bill Howe Plumbing. We know how. We're live at Padres Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona, and we will be here also on Monday, Tuesday, and even a little bit of Wednesday when you guys have your championship games. So lots more guests. I'm seeing some more of the coaches walk in. There's Terry Kennedy right over there. Remember, he traded Woods last year. First ever trade, only ever trade in history. He just walked by. Yeah, he did not want to revisit last year's incident
please.
and trade. No interviews right now. First, before we do anything else to kick off our final hour, it is time to announce our biggest fan of the day. If you hear your name called, you will have 10 minutes to call Adam back in our studios at 833-288-0973 and qualify for our grand prize, a night at a Padres game in our Odyssey Suite this season. 20 tickets for you and your friends with all the fan staff, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. And this morning's biggest fan is Julian Barajas from Oceanside. Julian Barajas from Oceanside. You are on the clock, 833-288-0973. Call now to qualify for our biggest fan grand prize. And you can still get your name in at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan.
How you feeling?
Good, a little tired. I mean, this is our first week back after our 2-week holiday break.
Yeah.
And it was a big week. I mean, we came back. We had shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I anchored the news. We drove over 6 hours yesterday.
Yeah, long day
and
yesterday.
then had dinner with Major and his producer, Arden. Good guy last
Great
night.
dude.
And then I slept on a couch last night
Yeah.
and getting up and doing a show. So I found myself in this final hour to start feeling a little bit tired at this point.
It's also Friday.
Yeah.
You also have golf lined up.
I do.
So
I do.
And Paulie and I have baseball. The mind does start to wander
A little bit.
a little bit, and that's okay. We're going to push through for all the tier ones out there.
Absolutely. Did you do a Randall report, or are we just going to? No, I'm just checking. I wasn't sure. Usually we sometimes do that at this point. I wasn't sure. I didn't think so, but just wanted to make sure I wasn't supposed to kick it to the Randall report at this point.
No, you're good. It's the Ben report.
Oh, you want to do the Ben report right now?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's see what we can do in the Ben report right now. Well, I mentioned the breaking news from earlier about Ketel Marte going to stay with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Didn't have time to really break that down.
Nor should we, I don't think. I mean, nothing's happening. He's just staying on with the team that he already is on.
They did also confirm that means they are basically out of the Alex Bregman sweepstakes.
How come?
They were going to use the money after trading Ketel Marte to pay for Bregman. But with Marte not going anywhere, they don't feel like they're going to go out and sign, unless they can get very creative, was the quote I saw. They probably aren't going to be able to land Alex Bregman.
I would understand if Ketel Marte was a third baseman, right? I mean, they have money to spend in Arizona.
Do they or do they not? Here in Arizona.
Here in Arizona, actually. And I did see, are they one of the 9 teams? There were 9 more teams that we have not gotten to this story this week.
So 9 more teams have opted out of their deal with FanDuel Sports, the old Bally Sports, the regional sports network that the Padres were in, and one of 6 teams that left had their deals blow up due to the bankruptcy. Well, apparently that company is not doing financially well again and could be facing another round of bankruptcy at the end of the NBA and NHL season.
Woo.
And that has given the opportunity for 9 more teams to opt out of their deals. Rob Manfred did say that if they want to come and join the MLB-produced team like the Padres, Mariners, I believe the Diamondbacks are one of them.
They are already
one of them. They can do that, or they can try to find another host for their games, another carrier for their games this season. But it could be by the end of this offseason, half of the teams in Major League Baseball could be having their local telecast produced by Major League Baseball. So the Padres were like 1 of 1 when it started. Now they could be 1 of 15 at the end of this offseason as Major League Baseball kind of consolidates control of these local media rights.
Who are the RSNs that are left over? WGN.
I mean, the big boys.
Dodgers.
Spectrum Dodgers.
Yes Network.
Yes Network for the Yankees.
Mets on SNY.
Yeah. So you've got the big boys are still alive.
All major markets right there.
Mhm.
Like, big, huge top 3 major markets. The middling markets have it's gone away. The RSN model did not prove to be very fruitful for these teams.
Well, I mean, it was going great.
It was for a while.
until the main company,
right,
which was Bally and then FanDuel. But Main Street Sports is the name of the corporate overlord of that, all of that, has just not been able to make enough money.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because so many people have cut the cable cord. They were making their money off of cable fees. So people, whatever your cable bill was, for most people, $120 for Woods,
$360 to
$400 or whatever it was.
Normal.
They were taking a cut, whatever it was, like $6 or $4 out of every cable bill every month was going to their regional sports networks, and that helped pay for those big rights deals for teams. But as more people cut the cord and signed up for the MLB apps and whatever instead of paying for cable, well, they saw their revenues dip precipitously, which meant that they couldn't afford
to pay
these deals that they had signed up for anymore, which led them to the bankruptcy, which led them, like Padres and other teams, to getting out of these deals. So these teams, that the new ones are the Braves, Reds, Tigers, Royals, Angels, Marlins, Brewers, Cardinals, and Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay, so they'll all be controlled by Major League Baseball.
Unless they find another deal in the next few months, or if FanDuel for somehow makes it through their bankruptcy, they could also go back to FanDuel. That's still an option.
Okay.
But my guess is that now that they've split, very few, if any of them, will go back that route. I bet most of them, if not all of them, go to Major League Baseball the way the Padres have.
Sure. And you wonder what it's going to look like in 5 years,
right? And that's the big thing, because, the idea from Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball is to get all of the teams under the same umbrella, at which point they could pitch it to a Apple or a Netflix to control the rights for all the local broadcasts of the league and turn that into a multi-billion-dollar package that they can sell and then share the revenue among the 30 teams. The biggest stumbling block, of course, are those big boys, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, who don't want to give up their massive advantage with local TV rights.
I wouldn't either, frankly. I would not have any interest in it whatsoever.
So we'll see how that goes over the next few years. But the trend is now certainly going toward less regional sports networks, more Major League Baseball produced broadcasts.
Yeah. Does this make you nuts, everyone?
Oh, I know it does. I know it, because it kind of it drives me a little bit nuts. So I know Ben is raging right now.
Can you? What would you say in TV?
Stand by.
You would say stand by, but we're already on. Is there a
quiet on the set?
Oh, quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set.
Okay. Do you hear that a lot?
It's fine. We're kind of guests in here, so I can't really. If
you-
I was in the studio, I would be quite like, get out of the studio. But we're kind of the guests here, and
That's
we're in
fair.
the middle of a hallway.
If you want to be the one to tell Tom Seidler to shut the
not
F up,
going to
that's
do
on
that.
you.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that. Okay. But we did. So when I'm doing television, and we are like recording something in the studio, but there might be some engineers or they're working
Milling
on
about.
the sides, and they're talking too loud. There's an intercom that the director will be the one who does that. Put a standby, prepare to record, so everyone knows just to be quiet.
pipe
It's like,
down.
it's like the subtle way, instead of saying just be quiet,
Right.
it's like, hey, you notice we're kind of trying to record or we're trying to air something here, so let's be quiet about things.
I've got some news. The Padres have just sent out an email, and this is pretty topical for us. We were just talking about Randy Jones and how much fantasy camp means to him and how different this whole experience this year is going to be without him. The Padres have just sent out an email that they are planning a celebration of life for Randy Jones. It's going to be at Petco Park on January 24th.
Amazing.
That's a Saturday.
Saturday the 24th at 11 a.m. I'm scrolling to the bottom. It says, please visit padres.com/events to claim tickets or for additional details surrounding the celebration of life for Randy Jones.
So
I knew that was coming. I
Like
just didn't know when.
FanFest, it's a free event, but you just need to
You do
claim
need a
tickets
ticket.
in advance, so they can accommodate everyone for a celebration of life for Randy Jones, which
Man.
is terrific.
I missed Peters because I was coaching that day,
Right.
and that was really hard. I don't regret it. I was bummed to miss it. I don't miss. I don't regret going and coaching my child. And I have the sinking feeling that I'll probably be doing the same, at least maybe not coaching, but at least going to view. Both my sons are playing basketball now. Taylor's first game is this weekend. Never played basketball before. Plays in the street and stuff. But I'm missing 5 sporting events this week being out here. And that's hard. It's hard to do. Part of the reason why I left the Seals because I didn't want to miss too much stuff. And here I am missing a bunch of stuff anyway. And I feel a bit like crap dad, but I'll get over it, I'm sure.
I wonder who they're going to tap to talk about Randy because there's so many people.
Are you throwing your name cautiously into the ring?
Absolutely not.
That's what it felt like.
That is the opposite of what you misread that situation entirely.
I'm pretty good.
I'd rather have you do it.
I would never want to do it.
I know
it's
you
Mud
wouldn't.
and Dawn. Obviously, it's going to
Well,
be.
they'll be. I mean, they'll be up. I
The
would think they'd
MCs?
be up there, but I'm like with Peter Seidler's celebration. There were, it felt like 8 or 9 at least speakers that came up, and Randy, there could be 100 people,
literally,
who
Anybody that's
came
ever
up
been
and told
associated with the
stories
Padres,
Randy. Yeah,
could talk
Would
about
really.
Randy
I mean,
Jones.
the trouble will be narrowing it down, or
That's
we'll be
true.
there. It'll be a 15-hour celebration of life. It really should be. For Randy, so
They should
but my
keep-
guess is they're going to try to keep it to a reasonable length.
They should keep it the length of Randy Jones' fastest start.
That's right.
Exactly. On the nose.
1 hour and
38 or
1 minutes or something.
131, whatever it was.
Jeez.
Keep it exactly to that number. We're going to start sharp at this time. We're going to end sharp at this
I
time
like
because
that.
that's how RJ would have wanted it. That's how he would have done it.
Very efficient. Not a lot of time in between speakers. You just get the mic and just keep going.
Ground ball, ground ball, ground ball, ground ball, ground ball, ground ball, ground ball.
It's sad, man. I'm sitting here and I can see into the Padres clubhouse here at the complex, and we mentioned it earlier, there's the picture of Peter and his quote right above the entrance to the clubhouse, and then when you walk under that, right on the big screen is a big picture of Randy Jones in remembrance, and it's like, man, those are just two in a billion.
Yep.
You're not going to find people like them, and I'm very, very sad. I miss them both very much.
No question, man. It's going to be that will be a celebration because Randy. One thing about Randy that you'll remember from Fantasy Cup, he did like to celebrate. Big fan of celebrating.
He was a big fan of celebrating.
He noted celebrator, Randy Jones. So it will be great for all Padres fans to get together that day.
All right, let's take a time out. We will wrap things up. We can look ahead to the weekend and what's coming up. We can also try to drag in another guest or so before the top of the hour. And, of course, we'll be back here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with more live coverage from Padres Fantasy Camp. Don't go away. Ben and Woods continuing on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan. And if you are going to be watching sports this weekend, jump in with Prize Picks. It's been my place to play sports, daily fantasy. You can do it as well. And this weekend, if you sign up, you can take advantage of the special max discount promotion live on the board right now. Caleb Williams, Chicago quarterback, has been discounted, only needs more than 1/2 of one passing yard during his playoff game on Saturday. So you can put that into your lineup and make that part of a win. You can put just one other player, make it a two-player lineup, or you can put it part of a 5 or 6 player lineup and go for the big wins. That's how it works with Prize Picks. You play the way you want to play. You can as little or as much as you want when you're playing and watching sports, and it's every single sport. Pro and college football, pro and college basketball right now. I can't wait for baseball season to get started. That's when I usually like to thrive with Prize Picks. Just make sure when you sign up, you download the Prize Picks app and use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Get you started with a little bankroll at KWFN, the code to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. And then it's easy when you win to withdraw your money with MasterCard, Apple Pay, Venmo, and more. It's Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Going until 10 o'clock this morning. We are live from Padres Fantasy Camp in Peoria, Arizona. Ben, Woods, and Paul. What's on the agenda today? So how does Fantasy Camp start?
It's low
for
key.
participants.
It's actually low key today. I don't think we get going with baseball activities for another few hours. We'll have lunch. Then we'll do pitching, pitchers and catchers, and then we'll do our hitting groups.
It's evaluation day.
So this is like Little League essentially. You got a tryout day, and then you need to be assigned to your teams.
Yeah.
And they'll actually
draft tonight.
Draft with the coaches will get together after doing their evaluations in order to make the teams balanced. So when you're competing, hopefully they're kind of fair and even.
Yeah, I think we have like a clubhouse meeting after lunch, and then everybody goes out for a pretty intense stretching and getting all loose for all the first day of the week. Always the toughest part, and then
when you draft a team too, you have to take into account. Let's say you draft 13 players. Take into account that probably 6 of them are going to be bandaged from head to toe after 2 days. So you kind of have to it's really a lot of luck, involved.
How important, I'm sure it varies from coach to coach, but how badly do you think they want to have the best team? I mean, they're competitive
a
people.
lot. I was already in the coach's room like 5 minutes ago, cherry picking. I was like, hey, come on, make it happen. Pick me.
Oh, you're lobbying for yourself.
Yes.
But you don't know who else
I've been in the last place
team.
game in the last 3 years.
Yeah. You don't have to name names though. But do you think there are better and worse coaches / GMs for this process?
I think it's a matter of personal preference who you would most like to play for. But you really can't go wrong per se. Mud and Loretta. I'm looking around, make sure they're not here. They were mentally checked out last year.
There's two coaches for every team.
Yeah,
correct.
their
Okay.
team would be at the field getting ready for a game, looking around. Their skippers were nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be
And
found.
who is Scan's
I would
co-coach?
let Bob Scanlon coach me.
Who's your
The big,
co-coach?
tall,
God,
righty.
you look good.
Man, you look
Why don't
good.
you sit
What's
down?
your
Sit
team? Well,
Jesus.
just pop in. We'll have to get your thoughts next week after you've been here for a couple of days. But
we have nothing else right now. Why
Well,
not
right
just
now, why not?
interview
Just-
Scan now?
we just had, we'll put him in at the moment. But
I love that. We've got nothing else. So let's go
Scan,
with some chopped
yes,
liver.
to the
I'm like,
bullpen. Yeah, so who have you been assigned? Who's your co-coach?
Carlos Hernandez.
Oh,
you're
you're in good
Bombarderos
shape.
Parachos. We are bringing it, boys.
You
I'm
are.
looking forward to this.
You
By the
are.
way, I have
you're
heard you are the
you.
man. I've
Why?
heard because you bring it.
Oh,
out
I
here.
throw like 65 miles an hour.
Really?
There's young kids out here.
Ben, how come we're not seeing you in uniform this time?
Because I'm an adult who knows my limitations.
Wow.
Unlike this person who thinks
This is
he's
what-
going to be
See-
live forever and
See, that's the problem here, man. This is about reliving your childhood. We're all kids here during this thing,
That's right.
So
That's right.
let's be kids and have
I
some
get
fun.
to go play golf this afternoon. I will have the time of my life. I get the best part though. I get to talk to the coaches. I hear all the stories.
True.
And I don't have to pull a hamstring.
Well, I was
It's
going to say,
great.
here's the difference. You're never going to meet the training staff the way the rest of us are
I
going to
will
know the
not.
training staff
That's
on
true.
an intimate basis.
No, JoJo doesn't have to touch me at all, which is
Yeah.
probably to his benefit, actually. So
Now, you feel good to put the uniform back on again?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is awesome.
Have you done fantasy camps before?
This is
Not
my
this
first
one.
time. I'm
Not
a
even-
rookie.
not
I'm
a-
a rookie.
not
Not
So-
Cubs, not anywhere.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, first time. So I'm super excited about it. Everybody I talk to says it's just an amazing week. Whether you talk to campers or coaches,
Yeah.
it's just all kinds of fun. And I'm waiting to get hazed to my first day.
Oh, they'll get you. Coffee will get you somehow.
Yeah, I'm
he
sure,
will
I'm
get
sure.
you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, man. But
How many have you been to now? This is like
all of them.
Really?
All of them since they brought it back in 2019. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite week of the year.
You know, it's really cool too. I've heard there's a ton of people that return, like the majority
It's
of the
like
campers.
80%.
Yes, which is amazing. And
Mhm.
that is a testament to how much fun this is. that people want to be a
And
part
not
of.
just one time, like
Yeah.
7 times. You know,
Right,
they
right,
come
right.
back. And
Yeah.
I would hate to miss
how
out.
many
on this one.
people were at that first one?
21.
About 2 teams?
21.
21,
Really?
yeah.
21.
Oh my gosh.
We have 100 and plays the same team.
Was that
every
out
day.
of Petco?
No, that was the second year of COVID.
Okay, so I remember seeing one out of Petco.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But this one is it's multiplied, man, and they're going to run out of room. They're going to run out of lockers at some point because I mean
They've already moved into the minor league locker
Yep.
because
Well,
the major
I'd have
league
to have
can't
two
hold
camps
everybody.
moving forward,
So
you know? Give everybody an opportunity.
2
who
different
wants to be a part of
weeks.
it.
I'll
Yeah.
come 2 different weeks.
No one invited you.
Mrs. Woods would love it. She would love if I came out 2 weeks.
Let's have fantasy camp every day of the year. Go. Be on.
Well, the Yankees, we were just here, and the Yankees basically do. They've got Jesse was in. They've got regular camp. They got November camp. They got women's camp. They got family camp. I mean,
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of people over the course of multiple camps.
Quickly, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I've just been back in the gym a lot, and how do you get your biceps to look like that? Because mine don't. Do you train them a lot?
I don't know that I've got biceps. but
Are you
whatever
kidding
I've
me?
got-
What's your routine?
My routine. First of all, my routine is my daughter is a nutritionist.
Oh, that's
And
fantastic.
so she's got me eating as healthy as I've ever eaten in my life. So
What's that look like?
No carbs, no
for
sugars,
Scan?
no
But you-
seed oils.
Scan the
down
king of the
carbs.
press box meal.
Yeah.
So you down to no carbs. That's amazing.
So do you train though? You go to the gym and lift. Okay.
Yeah.
Carbless.
Mostly, yeah. So I get carbs out of the Greek yogurts. I do berries, and honey. So I try to get healthy carbs in me as much as I can, but not the cheap ones.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I know we're getting into the weeds on
No,
food. and all that
that's
kind of
all
stuff.
right. You do look
but
a
I'm
little
really
more
proud
cut
of her and
than
what she's doing, and
have,
I feel great. And so I'm really grateful for everything that she's been able to teach me. Allie V.
She does that
So-
professionally?
She does, yeah. So her husband's a jiu-jitsu fighter.
Oh my God.
And so she's been training him and working with him on his stuff, right? Sometimes you got to cut weight. So she came in with this great program of how you do that, put the weight back on and do it in a healthy fashion. And she started introducing it to me. I was her first guinea pig. I'm surviving so far. So now she's got a bunch of clients.
And how many days in a week in the gym are you?
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get some running. How
That's
about you?
perfect.
What's the program going like?
I was going every day, and then I realized that I'm actually hurting myself.
You've got to have
I
some
need to
recovery
rest
time.
a little bit,
Yeah,
a little more recovery.
But that's how he rolls, right? Type A personality. Let's go.
That's
if it's
right.
good for one day, it's good for 2 days
That's,
a week.
yeah, let's do it
Or
for
2
6,
days,
7.
every day.
Yeah. And now though I'm like, okay, I haven't worked out in the last 2 days, so now I'm feeling like a load again. So
Right.
it can come and go really quickly. But
Yeah.
you see, Scan, when he puts that uniform on, are you gonna sling it a little bit this week?
I don't know. We're gonna wait and see.
How's the arm
I don't know
feel?
what to expect. The arm feels good. So I actually was playing a little catch in the last few weeks, and I'm like,
Well, you'll
called
need to
up,
throw a little
Josh
BP for this
Stein.
guy.
I said,
at
hey,
least,
Steiner,
at
you
some
know, if you
point.
need somebody for the second half, I'll see if I can give you a
I
little
want to
something.
have I want to have a catch with you if that's possible. I want to sling it with you.
All right, that'd be fun.
Be a blast.
All right,
But,
let's do it.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Scan.
We should do it early so that our
we're
arms
both,
are still
both feel
attached.
fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And
Yeah.
off season going good for you?
Amazing.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks be to God. Everything's good.
Good.
Spending time with my wife, reintroducing myself after being gone all
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
and,
exactly.
But yeah, everything's great. Fired up for this, fired up for spring training around the corner. So let's get after it.
I shared a little bit of the conversation that you and I shared with Ruben Niebla at Michael King's press conference. I thought just some fascinating insight from Ruben about the pitchers and stuff. I mean, that guy is just amazing.
I love Ruben. He is so on top of everything. What's so cool too is to think that he actually built a program over in Cleveland. And you look at the Cleveland pitching staffs that they have, and it's not by accident. And it starts with the minor leagues and the things that he was able to teach those guys, building a program, learning a program on its own. It's not like he was born with this knowledge. It's, what's working for guys. Let's fine tune it. And his ability to connect with guys, I think, is the most important part. Guys come in and they know he cares, right? He is there for you. And he's telling different things to different guys, because that's another thing as a player. Like, okay, this guy cares, but I know that he said the exact same thing to this guy.
Right.
And did he tell you the same thing? Yeah, he told me the same thing. And you feel, okay, he's a one-trick pony. Ruben is not about that. And he looks at each guy. He puts together a game plan of, I see 3 things, 5 things, maybe 7 things that we can work with this guy on. Now, what is the proper order to put them in so that we can get the most out of this guy without overwhelming him, making sure that he's on track, both mentally, physically, how you use the stuff. I mean, it's so fun to watch. And now he's training other guys in the organization to do it as well. And he has his whole team around him to help guys.
I thought one of the most interesting things he told us about JP Sears and how they acquire him, obviously, at the deadline. And he goes to the minors. They try to get him to work on the new cutter. And he talked about how he kind of debuted it in that last start that he made. And then Woodsy was looking and showing us JP Sears posting a little bit of that cutter as he's working on in the offseason, and really good movement on it. I mean, you can see tangibly like what happens when Ruben gets a hold of these guys and starts developing some of their pitches a little bit more.
No doubt. It was kind of a cheat too, because Ruben had mentioned it to me when JP came over, and hey, what do you see? Oh, I see a couple things. One thing I think at some point I want to start introducing a cutter. And so I'm early like in on the know of like, hey kid, you got an exciting thing coming your way.
And he's a worker too. I heard. Yeah.
No. And so, but again, you need to perform at the big league level. When is the right time to start introducing some of that stuff? And so, as you mentioned, Ben, he went down to the minor leagues. He comes back with a cutter. We saw how effective it was. Now he's going to have a whole off season to work with some of the things that Ruben has in mind. And so that's every year you come back and you feel like, okay, we're going to see a new improved product than the year before. And it's all by design.
Bob Scanlon's with us here on Ben and Woods. When you pitched, talk about, they're so much more intentional with how they do things now, right?
Sure,
and you would never ever think about these days being like, you know what, in this game today, I'm going to try that new 2-seam grip that I saw on Instagram and just see how it goes. You got to run it. You got to run it up the flagpole.
Learn how to pitch on YouTube,
right?
right?
When you pitched though, it was a little more loosey-goosey, wasn't it? Was it like, I'm going to try this in pregame, and then if it feels good in my hand, I might try the game tonight.
So to your point, yes or no? So yeah, it was more loosey-goosey because that's how we had to do it, right?
Right.
And you'd be talking to your teammate and be like, hey man, how do you throw it? What is that pitch? Or you're playing catch before the ball game and you're messing around with something, and all of a sudden it's there, and your teammate's like, hey man, bust it out. Yeah, right?
Bust it out tonight.
Let's go. See what it's got. So it was some of that. So yeah, we were more experimental in that respect.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I think is the biggest difference maker for the players now is because of all the technology and the information, it just so expedites your ability to try something new.
Yeah.
And understand, A, is it working beyond the hitters letting it, and does it have a future? How can I make it better? And how do I incorporate it with the rest of my pitches?
Sure.
Whereas for us, it might take months to figure all that out.
Yeah.
Is this real? Is it not?
And a lot of trial and error too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you can expedite that process literally in a bullpen where you find out this is the arm slot, this is the grip that works better, this is where you're getting your maximum movement, and this is how we're going to now complement that with these other 2 pitches. So the learning process is so much faster now than it used to be, and you're not wasting your time on stuff that's not going to work.
That's
either.
true.
So that's the thing that I'm kind of jealous of this new generation of.
Bob, something Woods and I were both curious about. We were going to ask some of the coaches, but since we've got you here and you were a big leaguer for several years, did you ever go through the arbitration process?
No, I was able to avoid it.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but guys that did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I
heard
avoided it because nobody. What am I going to argue at that time? Like, Dude, I want another pair of shoes in my locker this year, okay? If I don't get that other pair of shoes, I'm not coming to camp.
You're like, I'll take it. What do you got? I'll
Exactly.
take it. It's kind of like doing radio in San Diego. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is what we're giving you. Sounds good, right?
Hey, when I started, I got paid in Papa John's coupons.
Yeah.
So,
When you know guys that probably have been through.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sound like a great process.
No, it's not good for the players by any means. I mean, basically, you're a player. You want to feel like I'm a part of this organization. I love these guys. These guys love me, and we want to work together to build a championship team here, right? And then you go through this process where their job is to rip you apart. And I had so many teammates, they came out of that process just bitter.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like, really? That's how they feel about me? Wow. After I put my arm on the line for them all last year, I pitched 7 out of 10 days last year, and they're coming into the arbitration thing telling me how I was terrible at this.
Late to a meeting or something, right?
Yeah,
Everything.
whatever. But that's the negotiating process.
That's
right?
terrible.
And afterwards, organizations would try to go up to you, hey man, it's just
business,
right? That type of thing is, it wasn't business when I was putting my career on the line for you guys, and you just ripped me apart. So it can get really dicey at times, contentious, dicey in terms of how do we move forward now? And now it's not about the money. Now you feel like it's a personal thing.
Wow.
And so sometimes that happens.
It's riveting, man.
Which is why, we applaud AJ Preller's strategy of never, ever going to an arbitration hearing, and did it again, signed everybody yesterday.
That's a great point. You guys bring up a great point in terms of keeping that coherency and really what are you arguing over? And really, oftentimes, now there are some different cases like the Scooble thing now where they got a $13 million difference, and this really sets the tone for the rest of the pitchers moving forward. So that's a different deal, but still, how much are you spending on your attorneys and your lawyers and everybody else to go through this process versus what you're actually going to save if you quote unquote win? So, hopefully both sides are on the same table of like, hey, we want this to be a positive thing and let's move forward.
But if you're the Tigers, it's like Rosie Perez. Even if you win, you really lose because now you're at this. You actually lose. You're at this process with a 2-time Cy Young Award winner quibbling.
Honestly, I don't know what they're going to say negative.
Right. What are you going to say?
Exactly. It's like
somebody said
he's the best pitcher in the game, and he's won the Cy Young 2 years in a row.
Somebody said he should walk in with them.
You didn't get every Cy Young vote.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't unanimous.
Somebody said he should walk in with each one under his arm. I'm ready to talk. I came to the table ready to talk. But Scan, you're the man, as you know. We love you.
I can't stop
Appreciate
looking
it.
at your biceps.
I know.
Let's set it. Yeah, look at that.
All right, something.
In good shape. Well, enjoy your first fantasy camp.
Guys.
Maybe we'll check in next week just to see how it's going for
Look
you.
forward to great to see you guys.
Get that whip ready. Get that whip ready.
Let's get our arms ready.
All
Thanks,
right,
guys.
we're going to take last time out. We'll come back, talk about what's coming up this weekend and everything else on the table with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from our remote Bill House studios, Bill House Plumbing, we know how. Ben and Woods live at Padres Fantasy Camp, wrapping up our first day.
Oh, yeah.
And got some scheduling news for the San Diego Padres that just came out. Remember, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball is being replaced by NBC Sunday Night Baseball, and NBC just announced their first season. Looks like every game has been announced for NBC's Sunday night schedule, and
Nice.
I count 4 appearances by your San Diego Padres, beginning on Sunday, May 17th at the Seattle Mariners. That's going to be a Peacock-only game. They're not all on NBC. Some of them are streaming.
Oh, they do the NBC Peacock.
They
bit.
will.
Yep.
That one's a Peacock game. But then on July 5th, they will be at the Los Angeles Dodgers on NBC National at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then at home on August 9th, the Houston Astros coming to Petco Park. That's a 5 p.m. start. That'll also be on NBC National. And then the last appearance will be the second to last weekend of the season, September 13th in San Francisco.
Nice.
That's a Peacock game at 4 o'clock. So those are your 4 Padres Sunday nationally televised games coming up for the 2026 season.
Does it make the distinction on what's NBC and what's Peacock?
Yeah. There's
how many Peacock games?
So the first 2 are on NBC National, and then they go on a run where most of them are on Peacock from April through May, and then from the end of May until all the way until football season starts to the end of August, they'll all be on NBC. So you're going to have lots of NBC games over the summer. And then once they get back to Sunday Night Football, obviously those games go back to Peacock, it looks like.
K-Law said another Padres-Dodger game not called by Don and Mudd. I already know I'm going to be pissed off.
We don't know yet who the NBC Sunday Night. Jason Benetti was rumored to be
Kevin
one
Brown.
of the lead announcers, but they have not officially announced the broadcast team yet.
Yeah, and you got to get those true rivalries like we have with the Mariners, who I think own us at this point, right?
They certainly did last year. The Better Cup was not that competitive, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if that dies a quiet death.
I sure hope so.
I mean, the Mariners probably want to keep it going.
Probably do.
They're more than happy with it.
Hey, we're going to go ahead and keep the guitar over here.
We didn't know it at the time. That Mariners team did turn out to be
pretty good,
pretty darn good at the end of the season. They were this far from knocking off the Toronto Blue Jays and getting to the World Series in that Game 7 of the LCS.
Yeah, let's paint that picture of Padres Dodgers. When did you say it was? July 5th.
July 5th.
July 5th. Clayton Kershaw in the booth. I mean, this is great. This is going to be great.
4th of July weekend in
Yeah.
Los Angeles against the Dodgers on national television.
Yeah, we get Kersh in the booth. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, let's check traffic, and then we can look ahead to what's coming up this weekend as well with Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Plenty of good news on our roads right now, guys. No incidents or accidents. Just want to let you know about this construction project near the border. It's got the Camino de la Plaza off-ramp shut down off southbound 5. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, football a lot this weekend starting tonight. With
All right,
the
lay it
second,
on me.
Second game of the college football playoff. Indiana, Oregon are at 4:30.
4:30
in the Peach Bowl.
We'll be watching it here in the clubhouse, Paul.
You can watch it here in the clubhouse, absolutely. Well, you're getting your teams drafted and assigned. Watch the Peach Bowl tonight with the winner advancing to face Miami in the national championship game on January 19th. And then we get to the pro football wild card round of the NFL playoffs starting tomorrow. Got 2 games tomorrow. Rams, Panthers will be the first one at 1:30 on Fox. And then Packers-Bears, a very intriguing matchup tomorrow night.
I feel like they've played every other weekend for the last 2 months.
They have played.
This will be their third meeting in about
6 weeks.
5 or 6 weeks.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. They are sick of each other. I promise you
Division
that.
rival. Like, they already hate each other. Ugh.
Sunday, triple header starts with Bills-Jaguars at 10 a.m. on CBS.
Okay.
And then at 1:30, it's 49ers at Eagles on Fox. And then it wraps up with Sunday Night Football on NBC, and that's the Chargers at the Patriots at 5 p.m.
Good game, too.
And then Monday Night Football wraps up the wild card weekend with the Texans visiting the Steelers at 5 p.m. Now, yesterday, when you guys were on the road, Adam and I did the football threesome, and I made my bold prediction. I picked every single underdog to either cover or win outright.
Wow.
Which the only problem with that is it forced me to pick the Chargers to at least cover. They're 3.5, 4.5 point underdogs against the Patriots. But
it's one of those things. It's not going to hit, but that's probably the smart play in the playoffs,
For
right?
sure.
Not a ton of blowouts.
That's what I'm expecting. There are usually in the next round. Usually you get some blowouts, but this round I would expect the games to be close. The only big spread is the Rams, who are 10.5 point favorites. But again, that's on the road against a Panthers team that has beaten some good teams. They are at home. They're not playing great, but the Rams have also stubbed their toe. They lost to the Falcons a few weeks ago. They're not a perfect team. I still see a lot of people picking them to go or win the Super Bowl as a 5 seed, and they certainly can, but the road's not going to be easy because they'll likely have to play the Seahawks on the road in the divisional round if they win this one, which is a very, very tough path for the Los Angeles Rams. So, yeah, I think every team that's the underdog, and by the way, some of them are underdogs at home, like the Panthers, are going to be able to keep it close. I like the Jags to win outright. They're underdogs against the Bills. I think the Jags are the better team. I think Josh Allen is great, but he's not a one-man band. The defense is not good. I don't think he can carry that team all the way. Other people disagree. I saw ESPN, I think it was Bill Barnwell, picked Rams over Bills in his Super Bowl, that they thought they were going to go all the way. That's how wide open this is, though.
It'd be fun,
You
man.
can take a team that you think is going to lose in the first round. They could easily win the Super Bowl this year.
Well, you're not, that's the bummer. I love being out here, obviously, but we're not going to get to see much of these games. Now, you're going to be playing how much?
In the morning, I'll play some golf.
How
but
much
I'll
golf are
probably
you
get
playing?
to watch most of the games other than probably the Bills-Jaguars
Are
game.
you just doing 18 a day?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Well, because it's the winter and you don't have a lot of daylight.
Oh,
summer is when you do 36. But
a good point.
In winter, you really got to limit yourself to 18.
Okay, it's a good point.
So,
good point. It is.
But no, we'll be done and we'll come out and watch football and maybe even come out and
watch some
check
games.
some fantasy camp baseball in the afternoon.
Yeah, because we do need to get that AB in at some point.
I want to do it on Monday.
Okay.
So I'll be here all day Monday.
After I'm nice and tired and the arm is seized up on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was
good
just
idea.
talking to a rookie, first time here, and he goes, "Hey, man, huge fan. Like, you guys are actually the reason I'm here.
Oh,
I
that's sick.
kept hearing you guys talking about it." He goes, "Why doesn't Ben ever play?"
It's a great
I'm like,
question.
I don't know.
I've
We've
answered
tried
that
every year.
question many times. I would injure myself very quickly.
How do you know?
Because I am not I am not very athletic, Woods.
You swing a golf club very well.
Yeah, it requires no movement whatsoever.
Could you lay out a double?
I could swing the. No, I can't run at all.
Yeah.
I can. I mean, if you give me a Peloton that I could jump on at home plate and bike my way maybe around the bases.
No, but you can't ride a real bike.
No, a real
either.
bike. No, a Peloton, like a track of some sort.
A stationary bike.
And it moves you as you move.
Yeah.
All right, so like hypothetically, you're up to bat, you roll one to shortstop. Like, are you even making an attempt to run?
Are you just turning around, going back to the dugout?
I'm a good walker. Like, I can walk well. Like, I walk on the golf course, so if I could do like speed
you
walking.
don't walk well.
To first
We've
base.
been over that. We're trying to help you
Well,
walk
no,
better.
quickly, not gracefully, but quickly. I can do quickly.
Has the new walking style? Have you thought about now maybe trying to incorporate a little bit of running?
Oh no, that's far advanced for my level.
Purple says nobody loves stationary exercise like Benjamin Higgins.
I am a huge fan of exercise that does not take me from one place to another.
Stair stepper.
Yes.
Love the stair stepper.
Treadmill, stair
Treadmill.
stepper.
You had an elliptical, didn't you?
Was you
Yeah,
you had an
absolutely.
elliptical or a stair stepper?
We had both. We had a stair stepper at home.
Yeah.
I used to, and then I went to the gym and did one. I never had a treadmill at home, but sometimes I'll do those when I go to a gym somewhere.
What does that mean psychologically? Like you have to be stationary.
You gotta be in the same
Those are
spot.
still workouts. I mean, you're still
moving your
exerting
legs.
energy and everything.
I'm not sure what it is, but
You like being in one
I like
spot?
I like to have a screen in front of me, like a television and data and everything. That motivates me.
That's true.
I like being able to see a clock tick down, like, all right, 45, 40 minutes, 35. Like, I know when I'm going to be done.
Do the meta glasses, like, are you able to, like, you're able to see something
I
on
wonder
their
if I
lens,
had
right?
those, if that would make
Can we,
me
like,
more
program the golf network while he's on a jog?
apt to go out in the world. But then the other part of it is there's defense, like ground balls.
Where do you think you could play the best? First base?
No, because anytime there's a ground ball, do you know how long it takes me to get down, like, to the ground? Have you seen me try to tee up a golf ball? It's like a process.
That's true.
I don't have time when there's a grounder coming at me to get my process to get from here all the way down to the ground to kill it.
Keep using that gun I gave you, the massage gun.
Limber up a little
And
bit
stretch
more.
a
I
little
brought it
bit
with
more.
me. You know, I've been trying.
Everyone wants to see you out here. You're a celebrity. Everyone wants to see you out on the baseball fields. I mean, there's guys out here in their 70s. There's a guy out here with one arm, okay? So go tell him your excuses, okay? The guy that's got one arm, the young lady with one leg.
Dana,
go tell Dana about your excuses that you can't run.
Dana's much more athletic than I am.
She's awesome, dude. Yeah.
She was on my team last year.
Yeah.
Actually, her and Josh were on my team last
Yeah.
year. They're the best. And she had a little trouble making contact.
Yep.
But man, the effort was always there.
Always there.
She was always booking it down the line.
Yep.
Tried to play as much in the field as she could.
She's one leg. She's booking it down the line. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know.
But tell me again, Ben.
Tell me again.
I don't think you understand. I have twice as many problems because I have two legs. They're both problematic.
I don't think I would I wouldn't use that argument with her, but
I would fear him like severing his hamstring from the bone. Do you know what I mean? Like where it's just he's done. He's out. And then the weight comes back on, and it's just the whole
trainers
thing.
that'll take care
I
of
go to
it.
golf for months and months.
I know, dude. I know. Well, everybody wants to see you out there.
Yeah, the irony is I'll probably get in some sort of cart accident
golf
today.
golf
I'm like,
accidents
gosh, to play
today.
baseball today, I would have been better off.
When's the last time you ran?
Ran.
Just a light jog.
Years.
Wow.
Okay. That's amazing. Okay.
It's hard on the knees. Really hard on the knees.
It's not on a treadmill. It's not.
Treadmill's
I've walked
horrible
on
for you.
like speed walking. I'll get up to like a 4 on a treadmill. Do you call that a jog or a
like speed 4?
Like a speed 4.
No, that's
on
not.
the treadmill.
That's a fast walk.
Fast
brisk.
That's
a brisk
how I
walk.
get to a brisk walk.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to have you out there.
It's my top speed is brisk walk.
Okay. You could brisk walk down to first base.
Could I?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
You could.
Dana.
Feels like it's
Dana, we were
embarrassing.
just saying you're much faster down the line than Ben. He was
Oh,
trying to
you
get
could-
him out
you
there
could-
to
he
play.
won't run.
He goes, I couldn't
you would
run to first
smoke
base.
me in a race.
Look who's here.
Mark
Mudley.
Grant is
You would
here.
smoke me. I am the slowest. I am the slowest human
Still
being.
faster than him.
Like, how you doing?
Like Bruce Bochy could outrun me right now. Hi, Mud.
Good to see you.
Mark Loretta walks
Mark Loretta.
in. No hope. Gentlemen, how we doing? Great to see you, bud. This is
Well,
great. We're
good to see you.
trying to
Yeah.
get him out there. He won't do it. He won't. He
I'm
won't.
going to play golf this afternoon. You wish you could join
Yeah,
me.
he
I know.
does.
Yeah.
He does. He does.
Mud and Mark Loretta really are the big shots here at
They
fantasy
are.
camp.
They just
Yeah,
walked.
absolutely.
They just
There's
walked in.
like no one on the planet I could outrun.
Everybody else has been
I am
here at
the
like 7
slowest
a.m.
person in history. I've always been like molasses slow.
We'll have a good round today.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Have
We'll
a
see
good-
you
have a
tonight.
good evaluation.
We will. I
Yeah.
hope. I hope.
Stay
And,
in touch. Let me know what team you make it on, and then we'll reconvene. Watch a little college football tonight.
Yep.
And then we'll enjoy our weekend, and we'll come back Monday morning with all kinds of stories and see how we're all feeling on Monday morning. My guess is you two are going to be
Sore.
insanely sore,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be chipper and happy on Monday.
We're going to maybe use the shoebox tonight, and the real tier ones will know what we mean.
All right, thank you to Adam Klug for coming in early
Thank
and
you,
running the
Adam.
ship back in our Odyssey studios. That's it for us. Braden and Frank coming up next. For our executive producer, Paul Rindo, who does a ton of work out here to set up all of our remote equipment, and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Friday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.